not a big deal. We can handle it. I don't have to think about it. What we need to do is clear. Don't you think? I don't know any other answer than yeah, and I don't need to know. Now it's your turn. Cat got your turn. I'm for is what bark and bark. It's a vacant dirt. Your regret that no one knows. Bark and bark. God, that's the last sound you ever hear. The kiss of death. I'm sorry about that. You thought it through. I don't have to think about it. Out there those who believe. What about you? When I'm older, do I do anything? I want to keep it that way. Now it's your turn. Could got your time. I'm for is what bark and bark is the vacant dirt. Your regret that no one knows. Bark and bark, keep going. That's the last sound you ever hear. The kiss of death. To find the answer to something I forgot about it in 2 seconds. That's about it. Yeah. It took me 10 years to find the answer something. I forgot about it in 2 seconds. I don't have anything that's really important to me. That's why everything is beautiful. Can you hear it? The pulses of the living. The ironic rhythm is a grand orchestra. It's never the same tone. Who wants to stop this? There can be. When the violent storm is over, blue sky is more beautiful than ever. You see, I want that, I want that, that's all I want. I drive tonight, the wind, I'll just be a black sea. I drive tonight, please don't stop the flow. I drive tonight with wandering just. I will be of this universe. I drift tonight, a finite world. The finite one and the infinite one. It's not a big deal. We can handle it. I don't have to think about it. What we need to do is clear. Don't you think? I don't know any other answer than yeah. And I don't need to know. Now it's your turn. Cat got your time. I'm ready for this one to punch you. Bark and bark. It's a man.
Hello everyone and welcome to PlayStation Tournaments Fight Nights for Guilty Gear Strive North America. I am the Skilled Roy, joined here today by Jadelyn. Jadelyn, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing spectacularly. I mean, what can we say? This is the kickoff to a heck of a week of fighting games, and we have no short of... See, I'm just super excited. I was like, blah, blah, blah. I had this whole thing planned to say, and I was like, forget it, throw it out the window. You know what? I'm freaking excited. Let's just throw all the fancy language out of here. We're going to have a fantastic night, an incredibly stacked bracket, unbelievable gameplay, and it's just going to kick off a week that is just bound to mesmerize everybody who's involved in fighting games.
Yeah, this is going to be an absolutely stacked week for anyone who's interested, even remotely. And if it's your first time seeing a fighting game tournament, trust me, you're going to want to stick around. There's so much more to discover about fighting games. This is the week to be getting into them, so it'll be really, really fun. But for those of you who are just joining us, be sure to also check out the YouTube PlayStation Esports channel, where you can see all sorts of coverage on these fighting games, including this tournament you're watching right now, as well as future ones, and some other stuff coming up soon, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, look, I'm going to be saying it a lot. We both are during this broadcast. This is EVO week. The Evolution Championship Series is going to start this Friday, and the PlayStation Esports YouTube channel is going to be doing a lot of coverage of that, so you definitely want to be checking out that channel for the content they're going to be producing over the course of the week. So keep your eyes on that. But let's focus on what we have here today. So first things first, let's look at the format for how we're going to be playing this tournament today. So we had open qualifiers into the top 8. It's a double elim, best of 3. So we are going to fly. If you're used to your best of 5s in Guilty Gear, we're doing best of 3 up until the top 3, which is going to be best of 5.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolutely crazy match, especially with Guilty Gear Strive here. But let's see what our players are going to be playing for, because there's a pretty nice prize for a free tournament. $200 for first, $150 for second, third is getting $100, and fourth is getting $50. Of course, all these are in USD. Some really solid prizing for a free ender tournament.
Definitely, and let's take a look at the bracket, because this is such a good bracket tonight, and see who is going to be fighting for that. So we have Four Face Buttons versus Voidstar. Four Face Buttons was particularly impressive than when we had the fight night on the 27th of last month. Resetting the bracket against Umi Soul, and unfortunately going down, but this May gameplay, incredible. We've got Dilly versus Capwan, I Sunk versus King Africa, and Norett G versus Column. So a lot of people who've been here before. We've got a good deal of character diversity as well. Really, really looking forward to this, especially because we have our Anji and Bedman back in the action.
Exactly. We're really, really excited to see those different characters on board here. And honestly, I think in particular, I'm really excited because this is like the last sort of big showing tournament until EVO, really, if you think about it, right? So some of these players might be using this as some last-minute practice, maybe testing out some new strategies in a relatively more relaxed environment before going off to the big tournament itself. So I'm quite excited for that. But if you guys at home want your chance to compete for these tournaments and join these tournaments in the future, be sure to go and check out compete.playstation.com, where you can sign up and get involved, and maybe we'll commentate your match next time. You know, it'll be a great thing for you to come check out.
It's super easy, compete.playstation.com, or you can sign up in your console. If you have a PlayStation 5, you can just go boop and just sign up right in there, which is great. But also there's something else we want to talk about real quick, and that is the PlayStation Esports Discord, which is a fantastic place for you to go and find games, find other people who are interested in the same things you are, and, you know, come up with articles, meet other people. As a matter of fact, and I get to talk about this because I'm super excited, I was part of the campaign to help get people into the PlayStation Esports Discord. We had a Guilty Gear Strive challenge stream where people from the Discord chose the challenges that I got to complete on stream, which was really hard, actually. It was a ton of fun. And then we had this really great Q&A in the Discord channel, and it was this really personable time. It was a lot of fun, and it was me and then somebody named Casey who does a lot of stuff with FIFA, and then we had somebody who was doing the Sackboy Skills Challenge, and this is not the last time you're going to see any of us, so come on, join in. You get a ton of news there. It's a great place to be.
Yeah, especially if you're looking to start competing in any of these games as well, you'll be able to find a lot of people who will help each other learn stuff, help each other learn matchups, because there's just so many people involved now that you'll be able to find someone who knows exactly what to do in your specific predicament in a fighting game, you know? So it's a great time for that. We'll be getting into our first match in just a moment here. I'm really excited to sort of see how these first matches are going to go. It's an exciting time for this tournament already.
I know, I'm really, really excited, especially because our first one is Four-Face and Voidstar. So Voidstar coming in with a chip, and Four-Face Buttons with that May. And we're going to take a look at their cards right now. Four-Face Buttons. Four-Face Buttons is ridiculous. Came in here, they're from Florida, 34 years old, a young spring chicken, if you will. I say that being older than they are, so they can be the young spring chicken. They just really impressed. They had incredible gameplay when they were at EVO Japan, and I just really look forward to seeing what they do today.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, Voidstar also was in our previous matches as well and had some really great play with Chip. Nick27 from New York. You can catch them on their stream, NKK2122. I believe Voidstar was there for the crazy all Chip and Kai bracket we had, which was, I think, everyone in the bracket was either Chip or Kai. We saw some really interesting matchups between all of them. So I'm really excited to see how Void handles perhaps a more diverse bracket this time. So we'll have to see how it goes this time around.
Like you said, I'm really interested because Four-Face Buttons gameplay was incredible.
Absolutely.
The adaptation was ridiculous, especially when they were playing up against Umisho with that Umi Soul, which is ridiculous. And just being able to see how they adapted and how quickly they did it, and the ability to keep track of the mental stack the entire time, very impressive. I'm so excited to get to see them play again. That's why I'm really just harping on them, because their gameplay was that good.
Yeah, I think especially when we first saw them like run up against Umisho, inherently Umisho, absolutely fantastic player. When you're up against her, you kind of have to be like a little concerned that anyone going up in that situation might not have a good chance. But doing so well, I can't imagine that they'll do any less well in this bracket here.
Oh, definitely not. But we're going to get into it pretty shortly here. We've got good old Chip and May. Oh gosh, I just love this. So I mean, of course, going into this, you have to point out the obvious that Chip is death by 1,000 cuts, but he is also made of wet tissue paper, so if he gets hit, he dies. But again, if you can keep May from getting her game plan going, you're going to be in a really good place. But Four-Face Buttons immediately with a huge, strong opening.
Yeah, and you're seeing already Chip's health evaporating after a couple of just small, short combos already from May. May does burst immediately, trying to seize back momentum. Big counter hit, but the burst comes out as well. Both players outburst, but such little health on Chip. This is when we talk about the damage. This actually straight up might be fatal.
It should with the wall break, yeah.
Exactly, with wall break, that's it. And that's what you're seeing right there. May does so much damage on someone for singular hits that it can be really terrifying to make any sort of misspacing here.
And that match took maybe, what, 20 seconds? Possibly.
Yeah.
Oh, missed the sweep from Voidstar. That's unfortunate. Running and trying to keep Four-Face Buttons into the corner. The RC does not work out for them, but we do get a follow-up afterwards. Oh, the jump into the overhead. What a counter hit from Four-Face Buttons.
Yeah, and look at that red life bar right there. Tons of damage going on and immediately almost equalizing this. But Chip does have the opening here. Rekka going in, trying to push to the corner, but unfortunately I think delayed the overhead a little too long. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was the last second to burst. But these overheads once again, didn't get caught by the BRC, did get caught by the Alpha Blade. The grab just not doing enough to close it out. Lots of FDing. The overhead comes out, but there's a burst on deck. Are you going to save it?
We're at 99.9 cuts here. There we go. The 1,000th cut comes in and Chip takes it, tying this up. Really solid work there. It almost looked grim, but managed to come back.
It did. There was a really strong opening from Voidstar. Four-Face brought it back significantly. Good God! That damage is just astronomical. And a gold burst to boot. My heavens, this is going to be a huge problem. Four-Face Buttons did a bunch of those gold bursts last time.
That's what I was saying. I was like, oh no, especially against Umisho in particular. I believe Four-Face landed, I think, 4 or 5, and had these incredible 100-meter combos too. So
yes,
we might be able to see what happens here.
All right, Totsugeki closing the gap, jumping over. YRC does connect, but blocks in time. Ooh, did not block correctly on that Alpha Blade. Voidstar is really figuring out how the Alpha Blade is going to work, but once again, Four-Face Buttons in the double RC. Oh, babykins, that was not where you wanted to burst.
Yeah, really, really smart there. Four-Face using the 100-meter they earned from the gold burst earlier to have an easy RC to keep himself safe from the burst. Really hard position to put yourself into as Void, because even if you hold it, a single hit from there is also still game over.
Yeah, good lord. The thing that's crazy to me with Four-Face Buttons is that May is a charge character, and he's just able to do so much damage so quickly and maneuver her so expertly. Excellent blocking, does get hit with the overhead as soon as I said it. Commentator's curse, Mobby.
Yeah, exactly. And I think one thing that doesn't go and mention enough, again, especially in the Chip matchup, is like Chip runs around you so often you have to constantly readjust your charge. Because remember, if the opponent crosses up on you, you lose your charge of your input so far. So you have to reset. Oh, amazing choice of air throw.
She's not dead though. Oh, there we go. Got that in there. Phew.
That's the horror story. Chip leaves someone with 1 health left and it gets exploded. But here we go. Getting started one more time here. Four-Face taking initial momentum here. Voidstar doing quite well, pushing to the corner. Gets the overhead.
I really like the aggression that we're seeing from Voidstar. It wasn't working out as well in the previous round, but he's just not letting Four-Face play the game, and that's actually really advantageous for him.
Yeah, smothering Mei here is really, really solid. You have really fast buttons on her, so you'll be able to keep her pressured, and especially when it comes to those charge inputs. Hopefully you can keep them locked down enough so that these aren't going to matter that much. Gets the jabs out to the corner. Here we go again. There's that
what a
overhead.
nice overhead! Oh, that was so expertly done. 1-1.
Yeah, that was
As my
absolutely fantastic.
Good friend Bojack would say, it's first to one.
And here we go. Both players have been showing off some really great stuff already. I'm really excited to see how this ends up going here.
I'm, again, loving these overheads from Voidstar. Ooh, that burst really saved Four-Face buttons, and now they have the corner position as well. Donomizaki!
Yeah, managed to get a single hit of it out. But back to the corner again. Straight to the space.
Wow, so much space. Yeah, this is great for Four-Face.
Oh, almost backdashed it perfectly, but just got caught on the fringe. Here we go. Exactly where we want to be. 1 health on Chip, but it doesn't matter if you got him in the blender. Oh, gets hit by a jumping heavy there.
Yeah, there was an interesting grab animation in there from Voidstar, and I'm not quite sure what that was supposed to be, if it was a missed input, but it put him in a really disadvantageous position because the recovery is so long. Oh my Totsugekis! And what a DP, it whiffed. That's unfortunate for Voidstar, but the PRC was good.
Yeah, and getting made the blender here. Look how many consistent hits. Oh, we gotta learn how to block these. Four-Face does get the grab though. Resets it. Nice.
What a counter hit too. YRC comes out.
Oh, that's gonna be a huge counter hit there. And Four-Face is gonna take it.
It was looking real shady for Four-Face in that second game. But the recovery afterwards was incredible. So Four-Face is going to be moving on 2-1 over Voidstar. So once again, this is a double elimination bracket. So at this point, nobody's going home yet. And we will be keeping you updated on what happens on the lower half of this bracket as we continue through this tournament. But man, Voidstar put up a really good fight. I'm so glad to see them back in this invitational tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was concerned. It's always interesting to see how these brackets end up shaping up when a lot of the big tournament favorites aren't going to be here. So in that situation, it's really cool to see, like, oh man, this player is actually quite good. They just happened to run into Umi's show in round 1, you know. So in those situations, it's really going to be interesting to see how they manage to handle going on a lot more forward here. And in this case too, we know that like Voidstar is a quite a skilled player, and facing against Four-Face, who was holding their own against Umi's show, the power scaling in your mind, right? Immediately, you're considering like how far can they go even through a lower bracket now? So we'll have to see that in just a moment. We'll take a look at the bracket in just a second here to see who's coming up next as well. I'm really excited to see who comes up next.
Yeah, so we're going to get Dilly and Capwan coming up next. And these ones, oh boy, so Dilly plays Sol and Capwan plays Anji. So I was so excited to see Capwan. And this is one of the situations, just like you were saying, Roy, with Capwan, where it's like, man, I can't wait to see this Anji. Who did they go up round 1 last Fight Night Invitational? Razzo.
Yeah.
So we did not get to see a whole lot of Capwan, so I really hope we get to see more of them. Aaron Smith, 37 years old, from Oakland, California. What a beautiful place. TTV/Capwan for their stream. And yeah, they play a really cool Anji, and I just want to see more of their gameplay. Unfortunately, Razzo just sort of systematically dismantled them last time.
Yeah,
and that just happens.
Yeah, especially when it comes to a character like Anji, there's a lot of knowledge checks with the character and a lot of like interesting sort of situations you can throw your opponent into. And when you're fighting an experienced player, it's a lot harder to land those consistently. But let's take a look at Capwan's opponent here, Dilly, another Soul player here. Here we go, Dylan Bryant, 23 from Illinois. No social or stream, but maybe after this tournament, if they win it, they'll be considering to make one if they do really well on it. I feel like Soul players online tend to have some really, really crazy like fundamentals, and we end up finding a lot of situations is like that random Soul player you run into on matchmaking just has your number, and I feel like that can sometimes happen with these mystery Souls that come out sometimes.
It definitely has some interesting potential, and with Anji, you can have some great mix tools. Actually, during that Discord stream that I was doing, one of the challenges I did was to get to floor 20 in the arcade mode, and they were just like random pick, and I got Anji, so I learned a lot about how he works and how he plays. And you have a lot of tools at your disposal, but you have to be careful because recovery times, if you miss something, is just detrimental.
Especially in a game like this where it's so explosive, like you have so many great mix-up options, but you can explode just as quickly. I remember commenting on this last time how great this color scheme was too.
And it's free. This is Color 13. Color 13 is free. You can just go and download it from the PlayStation Store. It is there. It's gorgeous. Go download that color because it is the best.
Yeah, here we go. Match gonna get started. I also love Souls here. They love the green.
Yeah, that one is paid. It's one of the newer colors though, but it is very clean. Nice overhead though, but what a call out with the throw from Dilly.
Yeah, there's a solid wake-up option to come up so quickly, especially in anime games. Big conversion here. That's what we like to see. Really solid stuff right off the bat. Another big throw. Nice, smashes out. Oh, nice.
Ooh. Yeah, Capone was trying to be tricky, but unfortunately gets caught. Throws can really mess up a lot of Anji's game plan because he ends up so close to you. Really nice there. Sets up the butterfly, but just hit with the overhead. And then the wild throw to end it. Get yeeted.
Yeah. I really like that choice there by Dilly to hover in the air for a second using Bandit Bringer to hover just for a second longer so the butterfly pass underneath them and go right straight down. Fantastic stuff. Great conversion here too, landing the 5K in full aerial combo. Back to the pressure corner. Love to see the soul. Knockdown, spin throw, great mix-up.
Nice, and the butterfly as well. And then the overhead, the RC afterwards too. Going to get walled. Yep, great. Area shift is going to come out here.
Yeah, nice toe tap right there. Backstash, nice. Gets another spin. You see catching a lot of buttons here. Oh no, the PRC doesn't connect to anything. Nice, yeah, gets the anti-air. Closes it up. Nice work. Bringing it back already.
Yeah, I was stressed during that one whiff. It was just the spacing was slightly off. Soul bounced a little bit further than Cap 1 had intended him to bounce. But then 2K2D, my beloved, what a set of buttons in this video game. and now we are into the corner, gets a regular throw. The setup, Dilly is just constantly running forward. Look, there he did it again.
Did it again, yeah. Just constantly hold forward, constantly being aggressive with this matchup. And that's kind of what you have to do sometimes. It's really hard for Anji to set these setups and these mix-ups on you if they're getting pressured into the corner consistently. Big jump forward, though. Catches Dilly unawares for a moment. Goes right to the corner. Umbrella whiffs, unfortunately, by a bit of an inch. Here we go, conversion.
Oh, what a punish. Okay, oh, what a good burst. And then that could have been punished so much more, but Capone was slightly out of range and then puts himself into the corner and gets hit. Dilly is going to take the first game.
Yeah, not too bad at all for both players. A lot of great showings already. I think what's really interesting about Anji specifically is having to adapt after the first game. So much of your first game is going to be like just sort of seeing, hey, what does my opponent respect? What don't they respect? What are the tendencies after a Fujin? And then this is where we're going to have to see if Capone can really study what you learned from the first match and start using it, opening it up. And it looks like he's doing quite well already, getting right to the corner.
He's missed the umbrella again. That was unfortunate because that would have been, if it wasn't wall break, it would have been very close, like one hit from. That's got to be frustrating. Ooh, that toe, it reached the entire way.
I can't believe they converted. Oh my goodness, another overhead C. What happened earlier was that Cap 1 went for a low on Dilly, and Dilly blocked it. And so far, I think he's hit like 4 of the overhead on him so far. So that might be a bit of a weakness here from Dilly on respecting the overhead.
Definitely. Oh, went into the grab. Yeah, that was so smart from Dilly. Yeah, just testing the waters with just the little 2K. It just makes things easy. But Cap 1 getting caught out here. Unfortunate. Stuck into the corner. This is going to be wall break if the bounce works, and it should. There it goes. And then, extra damage. Shouldn't. Yeah, I was going to say with scaling shouldn't kill, but you have that positive tension. Wild throw hurts so much.
Classic setup, Band Revolver into the wild throw. And here we go. Final round here. Oh.
Again, yeah, so Cap 1 is going for these overheads and some sneaky setups, and they're not working. Dilly is calling them out. What seems to be working the best for Cap 1 are these really nice rushes into the corner with the overheads. Does get a burst, but he is not looking too healthy.
No, not at all. I think what Dilly's trying to do as well is challenge every single Fujin variant with the 5K. I think he's done it for almost every single one now, either that or a backdash. And that's going to wrap it up. Dilly manages to take it 2-0.
Unfortunate. Again, I got to see a little bit more of Cap 1, but it just isn't enough. I want to see more.
Yeah, no, I really liked how Capcom had some really solid conversions. There's a lot of conversions where I'm like, oh, Anji's combo's done here, but they managed like the toe tap off out of the overhead from such a long extension and managed to still convert. Their extensions are really solid. I think one thing that unfortunately kind of happened here is Soul is such an offensive force that like, as an Anji player with limited defensive options, you kind of have to be like really careful about how you position yourself. And you saw a couple times accidentally pushed himself to the corner, accidentally just wasn't ready for a bandit bringer. I think if you tie up those loose ends a bit, the strong conversion game that Capcom clearly has will really shine through. But until then, Dilly does take it.
I'd be interested to see, too, as Cap 1 continues their run. We've seen Cap 1 play against Soul, and we've seen them play against Leo. Those are huge characters in the damage department, in the ability to convert off of things, huge corner-to-corner combos. I'd love to see them play against a Jacko or an Eno or an Axel, just something, even a Chip. I would love to see something a little bit different, but right now we've seen the big bully bruisers, and the results are fairly similar.
Yeah, and I think another thing to catch out too is like both of those characters, both Soul and Leo, both have strong reversal games, which is a huge threat to Anji inherently. So it's just an unfortunate moment there. But we're getting into our next match in just a moment here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bracket. I am really excited for this one in particular because we have a interesting character coming up, I believe.
We have two interesting characters coming up. So this is Sunk versus King Africa. Sunk, he is a child, and he plays Bedman. And King Africa is going to be playing Jacko. This is going to be a match. Jacko, an incredibly complex character, has 9 special moves, one of the most special moves in the entire cast. She's been out for quite some time now, so people understand, what she's made of, and she's calling forth her servants and how she sets those up and things like that. And this is King Africa going to be piloting Jacko, 26 from Georgia TTV/King Africa 4. I'm looking forward to it. I love Jacko. If you know me, you know I love Jacko. Was it 2-3 years ago now? I did the official Arc System Works Halloween cosplay contest as Jacko and one of the black colorway, and I made a servant. It's around here somewhere.
Amazing. That's absolutely awesome.
I'm very much looking forward to this.
Let's go. And of course, their opponent is going to be Sunk. We mentioned it earlier. Extremely young and upcoming player, 16 years old, from Alabama. Social _Sunk. We saw a little bit of play from them last time. They were just doing really, really great stuff, especially for their age. I'm really excited to see what they bring to the table this time. Joshua is a really great up-and-coming player for sure.
Yeah, so they were playing against Column, who is also in this bracket, who plays Happy Chaos. And I mean, that's hard for any character. And he had some great moves. It was so much fun to get to watch. You don't see a lot of Bedman players. They come in and out of the woodwork every now and then, but Sunk's Bedman has got some really cool ideas.
Yeah, and honestly, this is going to be an interesting matchup in general. I think I've seen this matchup only at most a handful of times, so both characters are fairly rare, but I'm really excited to see how they sort of shape up here, because they're both like specialist characters. These are both characters you'll see like people live and die by learning every single piece of tech on, so we might see some really interesting interactions between these two.
Definitely. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out here. You can't stop it. Move. Delilah just looks so fed up with everything.
Absolutely.
Oh, and I love Jacko too. I really love Jacko the character.
Absolutely.
I think she's just great.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic character. We're going to get started in just a moment here. So right off the bat, for those of you who are unaware, Jacko summons these servants. You can see her trying to push them down right now. But what Sunk is doing is immediately pressuring her with all these auto projectiles and doing some really great stuff, not letting her get her game plan started. And that's kind of what you have to do against Jacko, because she gets absolutely ridiculous with how powerful her creations can get.
Yeah, if you don't have servants as Jacko, you're gutted. But I'm not going to mince words. You have got one special move that doesn't work with the servants, and that's it. So the way that Sunk is playing this, using those automated special moves to go off and changing the way that those come out, because with those automatic special moves, you can get them to go early, you can get them to delay, you can let them go off on their own. It's a lot of thinking that you have to do with both of these characters. But now King Africa is getting some of those servants out, and now you can see Sunk isn't getting to play, really, and you already have a super coming out.
Yeah, you see all these pressure here. This is exactly what Jacko wants, constantly juggling the pressure of her normals plus the servants attacks. But Isung fights out of the corner. Here we go. It's exactly where we want to be. No servants on deck, but nice reversal immediately. Get some pressure. Dust comes out. There we go. Big combo coming in here, hopefully for Jacko. Should push her right to the corner, break the wall. And that... Oh, wow, managed to live with the sliver. No way.
It's the scaling. The scaling was too much. And now Isung, okay, that was a really good toss on the minion, but Isung was already doing a ton of damage.
Indeed. And we're kind of seeing here exactly what we were talking about earlier. Jacko, like, has an incredible pressure game once she gets the ball rolling, but it's going to be hard, and that's what Isung has to sort of force here. Make sure you get the value out of those bursts to reset, and then immediately pressure. Here we go. Push her right to the corner, and just keep those specials going.
This is so difficult to get out of from King Africa. I mean, Isung's pressure is relentless, and that's what you want to see. Okay, yeah, the burst, it's aggressive, keep it right in the corner. Oh my gosh, look at those automatic special moves coming out and the projectiles following up as well. This is so big from Isung. I love watching these two play.
Yeah, really fantastic stuff. I really liked immediately, even after the burst, the plan wasn't just to run back in, it was just to stop any sort of servant from getting thrown, right? Because immediately you want to push Jacko into the corner, of course, but what's more important, even when you're at long distance, is to not let her get away with like putting out too many servants. Because if you run just at her, she'll get one or two out for sure. But if you start throwing projectiles right away, she'll have to at least respect them, at least some especially with that low health, right?
Right, definitely. I mean, I completely agree. It's these bedband lines are hilarious. Sorry, whatever happens is on you.
Yeah.
Speedy Rogue, I don't know who to root for. I like both. Yeah, I agree. I like both of these two. This is such an interesting match. I feel like this is the one that has the most diverse characters.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially sometimes some weeks we get a lot of the typical tournament threats, but right now we're seeing some really cool stuff this week. I'm really excited to see how this goes. Ooh, I love that ducking under that projectile. That's some character specialist stuff right there.
Yeah, Jacko has one of the lowest ducks of any character in the game, so she can low profile things. Oh, forever and easy and driver, you're dead. She can low profile things that other characters cannot. She's the limbo champion.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, usually when you see a projectile that low, like almost like a low tiger shot, it was like, oh yeah, no one can get underneath that, but Jacko finds a way, and that managed to take the round from that as well. Good burst, pushing it back up the corner. Here goes the minions, taking them forward. Ooh, I love that clash on the projectile, predicting the trajectory perfectly.
That was really, really smart from King Africa, just trying to get that out there. But then Isung, the 16-year-old bedman genius, is just out there making these plays. He's just ridiculous.
Yeah, and look, actually kicking along the servant alongside it to keep the pressure going. Really great stuff. He's back to the driver again. Here we go.
See ya. It was nice knowing you, briefly.
Yeah, didn't even need the wall break there. Insane damage.
Oh yeah, Forever Elysian Driver does a ton of damage. It's such a high damage overdrive that if you can get it and you think you can close the game with it, do it. Just do it.
Reminds me, I believe back in Exert she had the like 25% meter version, which is also did absurd damage for the cost as well. But we'll see how this goes this time. It's interesting. I think out of all the characters coming from Extra, I didn't expect these two to come back, but I'm really excited that they did.
I am too. I mean, Jacko, yes, I love. But there are definitely some ones from Exart I'd love to see back.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll have to see what happens to Evo this week for sure.
Keep your eyes peeled. There's a lot of developer panels.
Yeah. Here we go. Another really solid start here. Final game here between these two. Really great character specialists already. You're seeing them respect and adapt each other already. Another driver. Oh, let's see how much damage this does even mid-screen. Big chunk right there. And Isung has had to fight from this.
Yeah, that was a solid 60% on that combo. Stuck in the corner too, and which you just, I mean, you never want to be with any character, but in Jacko in particular, it's really difficult. But King Africa, or Isung is was getting damage, and then just getting hit. My goodness, King Africa is so impressive with this Jacko gameplay right now.
Yeah, especially when you're getting in the corner. The hardest part for Jacko is that how much variability she has to her pressure string, especially in the corner, because the servants can hit you at different angles, different speeds and rhythms, that it's hard to find when your time is to press. And you're kind of seeing that here too. Isung has a really great pressure game himself when he gets ahead, but fighting through Jacko's pressure is really difficult. First, trying to reset to neutral. I love that predicting projectile.
And the air movement from King Africa is just spectacular. What a gold burst! So four-face buttons isn't the only one. And then, of course, yes, go ahead and keep calling out that minion special overdrive, because that is going to do so much for the pressure. Look at the little bits of chip damage, and then getting the tap dust as well. That almost closed it out, but King Africa is getting pushed back into the corner from iSunk.
Yeah, this is exactly where we want to be here. iSunk can't let this one fall at all by any chance here. Burst should not come up in time. I think if iSunk manages to put enough damage out, PRC keeping him still pinned to the wall, but oh no, Fight's just out, just barely. King Africa will take it, pressuring through the bedman and winning it 2-1.
Was excellently played from King Africa. I mean, again, iSunk did a great job. Loved the way that we got to see more of the bedman, but King Africa just was able, once they could get the servants onto the screen, once they had that foothold, it was fine. And there was nothing to really worry about. But in that first round of that first game, iSunk was ridiculous.
Yeah, especially when you were sort of seeing the initial sort of projectile game plan go forward there. I think what was really good by King Africa was adapting to the angles of the projectiles, making sure to duck underneath the low ones, throwing the servant to take a shot so that she could pull a second one out. Like, there was a lot of really great strategy there involved as well. And I think if iSunk tightened up the defensive game plan, which is really hard against a character like Jacko, I think that it could go maybe even even closer. It was a really, really great match.
It was fantastic. Karjnu, first time I'm seeing this game and in a competitive way, and I'm loving it. Welcome to Guilty Gear Strive. This is a fantastic game at any level, and a competitive one like we have on our Fight Nights Invitational is no exception. And so let's go check out the bracket and see where we stand now, and see if we have any updates on the lower half, which we do. Cap won 2-1, lost to Voidstar. So Voidstar with that chip going to be moving on. And next, though, we have Norett versus Column, which is going to most likely be Bridget into Happy Chaos.
Yeah, this is a really interesting matchup in particular because of the range disparity between the characters. Often a lot of players complain about these two characters in particular having absurdly strong buttons and range. So we'll have to see who manages to win out against both of them. Of course, Happy Chaos needs no introduction if you've been following Guilty Gear at all. Our happy gunslinger with tons of damage and tons of range. Jason Column, 22 years of age, from Denver, Colorado. And social at Koyum, so make sure double I instead of L's. And stream is going to be Columns, though, TGV/Columns with a Z.
Yeah, and so they're going to be going up against Norett, who's going to be playing Bridget. And Brett Harris, 21 from Texas. You can find them at NorettG. That's at YouTube. So I don't know how this is going to go. I mean, Column is such an oppressive Happy Chaos player. Oppressive and impressive. It's both of those things. And just does spectacularly every time that they play. Norett is a little bit unfamiliar to me, so if you can get in there with Bridget and wreck somebody's day, good, go for it. I'm down.
Yeah, I think especially one thing to mention here is that Happy Chaos famously, one of his few weaknesses is that he does not have a strong reversal option, and Bridget does have a ton of mix-up options to throw at you. So
definitely,
if momentum starts shifting and you manage to get started with the yo-yo setups and start doing some return yo-yos back at them, you can set up a really, really strong pressure game combined with your command grab, your dive kick, and all sorts of stuff. If I remember correctly, in NorettG, I saw them once before, and they had some really impressive dive kick options, so we'll have to see what happens here in this matchup.
Yeah, and look, this is one of our newer stages as well, so it's so much fun to get to see. There's a lot going on this stage, so don't get distracted by the background, because the foreground is where all the action is going to be happening.
Especially with these two characters, a lot of stuff they're going to be throwing out here. That yo-yo you see there gets returned back to Bridget and will do damage if Bridget doesn't take hits, though, so Column does get the interrupt here, and right to the corner, concentrates to refill the concentration gauge, and you see how much damage Happy Chaos can pull off right there. But NorettG gets started already. Kickstart my heart right into the corner. Column. There we go. The slide through, slides between Bridget's legs and gets the gunshot as it goes through. Jumps the Roger. But NorettG managed to make an opening here.
And the throw into the corner and the immediate RC right afterwards. Shoots through the wall. Didn't quite kill, but we're back to where we started. And then just really needs one hit yet.
Yeah.
So if you notice there, though, Norett got a lot of hits in and did not a lot of damage. Bridget needs a lot of hits. You have to hit a lot of times with her to get things moving.
similar to what we've seen earlier today, like with like Chip. Bridget isn't as fragile as Chip is, but does require a similar amount of hits, which is good because Bridget, while running efficiently and having their setups going, can do some absolutely incredible stuff with the yo-yo cancels and yo-yo setups. So, of course, it requires you not to get hit and put into the corner. So let's see if Norett can do something off of this hard knockdown. Happy Chaos walks up. BRC.
Oh, unfortunate. The BRC did not work out, and that burst was. I mean, that was the Hail Mary burst, and it just didn't work out. Column, once again, looking incredibly strong, gets in the car, says, I'm out of here, and moves on to take one game so far, but again, very quick game. I want to remind you that we've been going for 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're almost done the entirety of round
we're
one,
almost done with the first part of the bracket.
Yeah, absolutely crazy matches we're having already. This is what the game can get really explosive, especially when you have really competent players who have some really strong combos, which you're about to see right here. Oh, I think he was going for a burst bait, actually, but delayed the burst, so Calm did get caught. And nice into the wall, get the hard knockdown from Deus Ex knockdown. And we'll see what Calm does. There's a lot of angles you have here. You have Curse, you have Clone. Where are you going to go? Run up 6K.
Yeah, just run up.
All right, do it.
Okay.
And that's going to stuff him out entirely. I think Reggie, unfortunately, didn't adapt for the hard knockdown there.
Yeah, sometimes it be like that.
Bit of a trade. 6P, right to the corner one more time.
Okay, Curse comes out too. Oh boy. You're already getting the hard knockdown. Okay, there was a little bit of something, a little counter, but the throw back in the corner. And then again, that tiny RC, but he's got positive tension bonus, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, especially when it comes to Happy Chaos with the meter. Here we go, into the corner, kickstart my heart. Exactly where we want to be as Bridget. Keep Happy Chaos pinned.
Yep. Okay, other side. And then you're going to just need one hit. Yep.
That's
okay,
it.
so even with a little bit of an exchange, that was a 27-second round.
Absolutely ridiculous. Column is putting out massive damage with this character. I absolutely love that BRC quick RC jump over, lock on with the gun while flying by. Like, that was absolutely ridiculous opening there for Column to catch Bridget unawares. A really great play already, and needs no introduction at this point. Column's a fantastic Happy Chaos player, and I fully expect them to be taking the trip all the way up to Grands, honestly.
At this point, I do too. I mean, I feel like really the one player that stands in their way is Four-Face Buttons. I feel like Four-Face has the ability to keep the mental stack, to adjust actively within the match, and then afterwards to reflect on every game, to be able to get through that. But other than that, I don't see Column having a lot of issues. And we're not going to have to wait for particularly long, because we're going to fly right into the next part of this. While on the lower half of this bracket, we're going to continue to update and have those players play off stream so that we can have games just constantly fed and ready for you guys to watch.
Yeah, and there'll be some great matches. You're seeing a small update here. So we have Four-Face Buttons versus Dilly as our next match. Then we have King Africa versus Column right there as well. So you've all seen those players throughout the first section already, so you'll be able to see them facing off against the winners of each of those. And you see that iSunk and Norett G are going to be playing off down below as well. So that's going to be a really interesting matchup too. That's going to be Bridget versus our Bedman, and we'll see which one they manage to push up into the future.
Yeah, I could actually really see that going either way, but just with the way that iSunk was playing earlier, my money is on iSunk, but just watch me be wrong. I mean,
yeah, that's a classic
honestly,
commentator curse. Yeah,
just watch me be wrong. But I believe we're going to get into Four-Face and Dilly next, if we're following along. But we could also get King Africa, but let's see. Okay. We are going to get Four-Face and Dilly, so this is May into Seoul. So we have our big bullies are out today.
Exactly. And remember, let's keep in track here as well. Four-Face did have some pretty good experience into into Seoul in general in the last couple matches as well, right, against Umi Seoul. So we'll have to see if Dilly can bring some new things to the table, because honestly, Four-Face was looking really strong in this matchup before.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, because like you were saying, Four-Face into Umi Seoul was a match to behold. It was such a high-octane Grand Finals reset. But what did they learn? What can they do here? Because Dilly was playing kind of out of their mind in that first round.
Yeah, they had some really interesting and great adaptations, some really crazy options. I love like the Bandit Revolver into immediate wild throw mix-up they had on a hard knockdown. So they definitely had some tech labbed out. You're seeing them sort of feel each other out right now, but Fourface gets the initial opening.
Oh, what a backdash out of Fourface Buttons. Gets that grab from Dilly, which worked really well for them in the first game. But if you don't get caught by the grab, you have to sit there and question your life decisions as you sit in recovery.
Yeah, as you see the gigantic counter text pop up. Oh, another insane backdash. Fourface has a perfect read on Dilly right there with double backdashes to get huge openings. And here we go. Dilly, you have to recognize that. Recognize this player is aware of your wake-up options. Play a bit more defensively. Getting put into the corner here. And gets the area shift here into the next area.
I'm also starting a counter to see how many times Fourface Buttons gets those gold bursts today.
Yeah, we made the mistake of only counting during grand finals last time when they were doing it through the entire bracket.
Oh my goodness. Dolphin, you are so mean. You are so rude.
Can you do anything
And
up there?
Oh my gosh, buddy, can you even reach? May needs a ladder to get up there. I love how we didn't in those last 3 seconds. We never saw her except the very end where she's like, hiya, coom.
Yeah, I've seen the anchor come up from below the screen. I guess it's working. That amazing work right there by Fourface.
My favorite part was that they did the drift RC to get up there. It was like, dunk.
Yeah, really creative play there. And that's some of the freedom you see in Guilty Gear as well, right? Oh, I love that 6P there to answer the anchor. Goes across, nice. Tried to 6P it again, but this time Fourface was ready for it and shifted to the other side. Pushing right to the corner, sets up the ball, big hit, huge plus frames. Oh, caught him pressing outside of the burst range even. Nothing you can do there. Another backdash to call out the reversal. And Fourface Buttons apparently has pre-watched his own match and is somehow able to backdash every reversal possible.
He's just got the prediction. I mean, he's got the Bedman theme. I see the side. Yeah, you sure seen stock. Oh, and we get the full charge launcher. That's so much damage.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous damage. There you saw the overhead to the little hop kick right there. Can't block that crouching. Gets the RC right to the corner. Oh, fantastic backdash there. Dilly taking a defensive option from the corner this time, and it paid off, but no, a bit of a whiff on the combo. Loses the corner for it too. And that's not where you want to be here. Fourface, yep, and the Dolphin seals it away. Fourface, an incredible player.
You see, Fourface is not a May player. They are a Dolphin player.
Absolutely. Honestly, at a certain point, I thought Fourface had the controls on Dilly's controls for a second too, because some of those predictions were unreal. I think that was
really
3
were.
backdashes on wake up DP and 1 on a throw as well. Like Fourface, even that's what's so interesting, is to watch players pick up on tells before you even manage to play against them, right? These two haven't really played before, I don't believe. So being able to be aware of what they're most likely going to do based on what else they've done that match consistently in such a short set. Remember, this was just the first game it already happened. What can I say? Fourface is an incredible May player, and I expect to see them continue to go on.
I do too. Like I said, I feel like they're the only ones who are going to be able to stop Column. If Fourface wasn't here, I think Colin would have it handily, but Fourface is such a smart player. So let's go take a look at the bracket, see if we have any more updates before we get into our next match. We do! I was right! Yes! So I Sunk did take it 2-0 over Norett, which we won't see any more of Norett or Cap1 today, but we do have some really cool people and players moving on in this bracket. They're going to be facing Dilly Poo, and then Voidstar will be facing the loser of King Africa and Column. This one, I feel like Column might have this one.
Yeah, especially when it comes to players who we've seen plenty of times before and are constantly only being eliminated by the best of the best. Column is like one of those players who's always on the top of my mind whenever I see these tournaments come across. And I think just inherently, this is a really interesting matchup. This is a very momentum-focused matchup. Both of these characters struggle in defensive play, and both of them have extremely oppressive offensive game plans. So whoever manages to get the ball rolling first is going to be at a pretty distinct advantage here, and we'll have to see which of them manages to sort of take neutral first.
The biggest thing I think to point out in this particular matchup is that both of these characters are projectile-based, but one of them has projectiles that don't act as traditional projectiles, and that's Happy Chaos. So whereas when we were talking in the Jacko matchup versus Bedman, that, oh, those, great way to cancel out the projectile, great way to predict where the projectile, we're going to have none of that. Because none of that matters because they are instant projectiles from Happy Chaos, so you've essentially lost a tool from Jacko.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about how much King Africa did really well with low profiling the projectile, or using a servant to take the bullet for them, proverbially. Unfortunately, cannot do that in this matchup because the bullets will just lock onto Jacko's crouching pose and still hit her even out of her low profile duck.
These intros are so good. I appreciate that the players let the intros rock because there's some really neat lore going on.
Oh yeah,
and you know
especially in
what?
this game, yeah.
I'm timing these matches. They're gonna go fast.
Yeah, especially in this matchup, you're going to see some really explosive stuff between these two. Great stagger pressure already, getting the early burst. Unfortunately, gets oh, nice throw right to the corner. This is exactly where we want to be. Reverse situation here. Exactly where we be. Nice backdash, dodging the initial button challenge. Column getting juggled around the corner here a couple times. Here goes the level ups. Oh, gets hit. No.
Yeah, so the YRC didn't work there the way that he wanted it to because the overdrive was already active from King Africa, and that made the servants unable to be hit by that the YRC.
Yeah, wow, absolutely fantastic play by King Africa. And this was what we talked about earlier. This matchup is so momentum focused. As soon as King Africa got that back throw and pushed Column into the corner, Column had no means of escape. And here's the challenge mode here. How do you get past the hail of bullets that is Happy Chaos, especially when you're cursed, especially when you're in the corner yourself? Column's gonna be smart now, hopefully not overextend into another back throw.
Yeah, hopefully not. I liked the neutral jump from King Africa, but it didn't end up working out. But that throw to reverse the situation into the corner, big hits coming out with the counter hit from King Africa. But then he just runs and guns straight into the corner. Deus Ex Machina probably not going to kill even with the area shift because of the way that he got into that combo. The YRC is going to reset. It's a black beat combo, but it doesn't matter if you're still hitting.
Yeah, there you go. Gets juggled between the two. Big cancel here. BRC, saw the grab animation, backdash, and then immediately stuffed it out there. Great stuff by Column. And we're tied up now. Both these players have been showing off some really great stuff. I love the backdashes on both players. Along with recognizing how powerful their offensive game is. Here you go. We were talking about earlier. Big pressure.
So I'm wondering if Column just doesn't have as much Jacko experience because they are playing far too respectfully. They're just not doing the running, all of the things they normally do to get their pressure going. I think there's a lot of unfamiliarity here. It calls out the burst as King Africa as well. Gonna get those minions nice and powered and can't do anything, and they're gonna guard crush the entire time. Yeah,
this is exactly where you want to be. We were talking about earlier. Happy Chaos has no great reversal option here. Burst keeps him safe as well. King Africa puts up the wall. Nice job by Column. Challenges them.
Low. Oh my gosh, the low into the dust, into the PRC. King Africa, I see you out here.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff here too. Because remember, when you know the opponent doesn't have a good reversal option, you can be really degenerate with some of your offense, and you're kind of seeing it here too. And every single time so far, King Africa has managed to corner Column. It's been an absolutely huge moment for them. Curse manages to land though, so gotta be careful. But no, it doesn't matter. Sweep. Here we go.
Oh my gosh, this pressure from King Africa is ridiculous. And so much damage too. Okay, we did get one. The curse does come out. We are getting those instant projectiles. Just run up and hit him. My heavens. Oh, but Column hits back.
Yeah, there goes the sweep. Curse. Yep, so Column's playing a bit more respected game here, playing much more defensively, getting the gunshots. Oh, uncharacteristic drop there by him, actually. Was it the air?
Oh my gosh, the PRC into the air grab, that was ridiculous. King Africa has so much to work with. The RC full servant meter too. Burst does come out, and then just yeet those like little basketballs. You're stuck. Don't stand up, my guy. You're dead.
Yep, there you go. And for those who don't know, when Happy Chaos is aiming his gun, he cannot block. So if you manage to throw a servant in air, and it doesn't matter if he gets the shot on you because it will connect and knock him out of the gun stance. So here we go. Big pressure again.
Column is trying so hard and nothing is working. This definitely seems like character unfamiliarity. Okay, Forever Elysian Driver hits like a truck, and because there was wall damage, area shift, that was a 19-second round in favor of King Africa.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. I knew this was going to be momentum-based from the moment I saw the character select, but that was a speed run. Absolutely incredible stuff by King Africa. Insane punish game, insane pressure game. And now we're seeing someone who doesn't necessarily have the exact knowledge of when to press. I saw a couple times where like a YRC came out and it didn't matter because of the clones were empowered. I saw a couple times where he ran forward into the clones. It's a little unfortunate there, and I think perhaps matchup experience was the key element there. Because remember, Jacko isn't really that well known or well played in a wide scope. So if you're entering a lot of tournaments, playing against Souls, playing against Leos, playing against Kais, you probably don't know what you do in this specific situation. But I tell you what, I guarantee you a Jacko player has played against a ton of Happy Chaos players, and so that's kind of where the knowledge disparity sort of shows up here.
Definitely. That is such a great way to put it. There are a couple of Jacko players. There's one in particular, very high level. Unfortunately, the name is escaping me at the moment, but they play an incredible Jacko. For Column, that was actually the most I've ever seen Column struggle in any match. But King Africa, okay, to King Africa's credit, the gameplay was excellent. The ideas were good. The way that they had the high-low under control, it was spectacular. It was very, very well done. But Column definitely came in there with a lot of apprehension and a lot of hesitation, and that did not help their situation whatsoever. And every time they did think they got sort of a foothold into the game, they just got blown up because they were a little bit unfamiliar with what was coming at them. At least it's what it looked like from our side. But, it'd be like that sometimes, but that means that Four Face Buttons is going to be going against King Africa as we take a look at the updated bracket.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this because we weren't even really expecting that initially. We were all in on Column because we've seen him perform so well. But this time it's actually going to be Four Face Buttons versus King Africa. And down in our lower brackets, we Column versus Voidstar, who have actually played before, I believe. And look, I Sunk actually took it over Dilly Poo. I Sunk, the 16-year-old bed man player, has crawling his way out of losers, and it's looking pretty favorable for him already. Two 2-0s down there.
I am excited. That is fantastic. I would love to see more of I Sunk. I want to see them do well. If they can make it even further, I would love that. I'd love that for them, and I'd love that for us, because Bedman is really fun to watch.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited. This has already been so high octane, and we've only been going for less than an hour. We have more matches coming up, but before we go to break, just remember, if you want to be involved in any of these competitions, even if it's not Guilty Gear, even if it's not fighting games, there's tons of things to go out there. Go to compete.playstation.com where you can sign up to compete in any of the games that we have there. Or you can even sign up from your PlayStation console.
Yeah, it's a super accessible way to get in and get involved with these sort of tournaments. And if you guys want to come and have your match commentated by us or participate and have those free tournaments for a great cash prize, be sure to check that out at compete.playstation.com. But otherwise, though, I think that was an incredible first half of our bracket. Jadalyn, absolutely amazing time so far.
It has been so much fun. Don't go anywhere because the action is certainly nowhere near over. We're going to go to a short break so we can all catch our breath, but come back with us right after this.
To find the answer to something I forgot about it in 2 seconds. That's about it. took me 10 years to find the answers I made. I forgot about it in 2 seconds. I don't have anything that's really important to me. That's why everything is beautiful.
PlayStation.
Gaming is defined by moments.
It is intense.
The joy of victory and the thrill of overcoming challenges. Welcome to our home of competitive gaming, where we can all experience exciting esports moments
The final 1v1 of the game here.
and celebrate the pros and the rising stars,
I do want to see a female in the MCS.
bringing you guides and deep dives
Horizon can go up, but she can't go up fast.
and tournaments where the community competes.
Wait! Did he get? No way!
Whether you're in a heated match
Bag, let's go.
or watching along at the edge of your seat,
A duo taking down a trio.
let's create moments from the games you love.
He'll take it.
Join us and subscribe to our channel to follow everything esports on PlayStation.
PlayStation.
Get ready for the excitement, drama, and glory of the Ultimate Fighting Game Tournament.
Oh my god.
On August 4th, EVO returns to Las Vegas.
He'll take it. He's your Melty Blood 2022 champion.
Witness the world's best players confront new trials and reignite old rivalries on the grandest stage of all. Featuring reigning champions and hungry challengers battling in a relentless pursuit of victory.
To become the Evolution champion.
3 days, 8 games, thousands of fans worldwide. Immerse yourself in the vibrant world of fighting game culture, including interactive booths showcasing the next era of cutting-edge gaming. The battles will be fierce, the victories monumental.
All that practice paid off.
Be part of a global community watching every move, unless, of course, you're the one making them. Are you ready? Experience the world's premier fighting game tournament and join us at EVO 2023 from August 4th to 6th. And keep an eye on the PlayStation Esports YouTube channel for all things EVO.
PlayStation.
And we are back. Oh my gosh, if that video does not get you super hype for the week that's coming. I mean, if you, okay, if you're like me, you lose track of time. You are unaware of the day of the week. Tomorrow is August. So early rabbit for all of those who rabbit out there. But August 4th, this Friday, EVO, the Evolution Championship Series, is back and bigger than ever, with over 11,000 people registered to be in the arena, to be in the entire convention center at Mandalay Bay out in Las Vegas for a weekend of fighting games that's going to be something that we are never going to forget. And if, like I said, if that video does not get you hyped for what is about to go down, I don't know what will.
No, it's absolutely crazy too, because like I believe as well there's multiple franchise record largest Evo tournaments ever. So like almost I think like 4 or 5 different games. It's the largest they've ever been. So this is the time. If you want to tune in, you want to see some of the largest, biggest, most hyped fighting game tournaments, plenty of Evo moments, I am certain it's going to be the place to be, whether you're interested in new games, you're interested in the top players, you're interested in some of the coolest community events. It's just going to be an incredible week for anyone who's interested in fighting games or who's interested
Super cool
in getting
commentators.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Yeah, I'll be out there representing Melty Blood once again for 2023. Really looking forward to getting to share with you the stories that we've created, but also the stories of some of the people that have been here tonight for the Guilty Gear Strive PlayStation Fight Nights Invitational, which we are going to keep going, and we have some good bracket updates for you guys that are pretty surprising.
Yeah, exactly.
So before we get to that, though, the YouTube channel, PlayStation Esports, you can actually watch the video that we just saw right now if you want to re-experience the hype on that PlayStation Esports channel. And that's actually how I watched it before. I was like, oh, I've seen this, right, because I get the notifications.
Yeah, exactly. And especially when it comes to any news updates or any of the crazy matches that happen over EVO weekend, that's probably one of the best places to be as well. If you happen to be busy or happen to have to work during one of the brackets, then you can come check out all the updates there, because I know they'll be doing lots of coverage on all the games as well.
Right, and there are, I believe, 6 official streams that happen during that weekend. There's a lot to keep up with, so be sure to, check out PlayStation Esports, because that's going to really help you keep up with all of the content that's coming out. And, just keep your eyes glued, because you're not going to want to miss a moment.
Exactly. But let's quickly talk about the updated bracket for tonight's Fight Nights PlayStation tournaments, because honestly, it's been absolutely crazy matches so far. We've seen a bunch of matches up to now, but our final 4 members left are 4-face buttons up in an upper bracket there with King Africa, who managed to do a crazy match against Column. Column managed to win out against Voidstar, the chip player from earlier, so they're going to be there. And I Sunk, the 16-year-old Bedman player, managing to climb all the way out with 2 back-to-back 2-0s in lower brackets. Absolutely crazy.
I'm loving it. I think this is one of the most fun brackets I've seen in a long time on Fight Nights. I mean, some of it's because there's some notable players who are often here, who are not here today because they are traveling, and that's totally fine, because then we get to see this really cool stuff showing out, because right now we have a May, a Jacko, a Happy Chaos, and a Bedman.
Yeah, these are not at all what you would expect to sort of say, oh, what are you seeing on your typical top 4 of any Guilty Gear tournament? But I'm so glad that they're here this time, because this is going to be some really great stuff. And each of these players has proven that they are an expert in their character. No matter if you're 16 years old and decide to play as a Bed, or if you're playing May, there is a ton of incredible players here, and all of them are bringing some really cool tricks and play styles to the table. It's going to be a fantastic time. So I'm excited for their first match here, though. It's going to be fantastic.
Right, and as a reminder, so because this does get a little hairy as far as the best of 5 and best of 3, this is winners, finals, winners, lower bracket finals, and grand finals is best of 5. The semi, however, will still be best of 3. So if you're like, whoa, that was fast, just wanted to update and remind you. I know we went over at the beginning, but it's been a little bit, about an hour since we had the beginning. Yeah. But we are going to get into it. 4-face buttons versus King Africa, Jacko into May.
Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting one for sure. We saw King Africa do an absolutely incredible job already with their pressure game, but that was against a character who doesn't have a strong reversal. While May doesn't necessarily have amazing defensive options, they do have a metered reversal they can use to get out of the corner and do some hefty damage. So Jacko does have to respect it a little bit, not to mention 4-face buttons has been doing amazing work bullying themselves, getting themselves some really solid offense, especially with the Totsugekis. You can jump start past a lot of the neutral game you might have to play against Jacko normally.
I thought you said amazing, like on purpose, and
True,
I
true,
was
true.
so proud of you. I was
I'm,
just like, man,
I'm
Laura's
retroactively
out
saying I
here.
did. Yeah, absolutely. That was definitely the plan.
It's going to be an amazing match. But no, really, here we go. We're going to get started, and King Africa is feeling the momentum that they already got a burst out of Four-Face.
Yeah, you saw immediately challenging with the heavy there as well to actually beat out the Dolphin as it came out. So it seems that King Africa is at least somewhat familiar with the matchup from initially, unless that wasn't like a fluke. But here we go, big combo going into the corner, sets it up exactly where we want to be. I love that backdash, caught him pressing, and here we go, the driver.
Oh, forever Elysian driver! Bonk. Not going to kill this time, but that would have been pretty sick if it did.
Yeah.
Tons of damage already, though. Oh, but Four-Face Button says, I'm not dead. I'm still going to fight you back. Putting on the wall isn't going to be as high up as it was against that Soul match.
Yeah.
But wow, what a return. And the PRC does not hit because May was too high up.
Yeah, and you saw use the barrier there to push May back, and I don't think Four-Face was really expecting it. King Africa manages to take it really solidly there, taking the initial lead.
Excellently done. I'm really liking this from King Africa. He's showing that he just has so much control over what's going on. Okay, did have to burst, protected the servant so that it can stay on screen. They only stay up for a little over 3 seconds, between 3 and 5 if they are just allowed to exist or if they don't get hit. So protecting him lets him get a little bit more safety.
Exactly, and you saw right there, Four-Face Buttons was trying to bait out some sort of response so they could just stuff it entirely with the anchor, but King Africa was playing really patiently there and keeping him to the corner here. Oh, nice burst, buy some space. The bouncy ball coming in. Oh, great punisher, but doesn't get too much out of it.
Ooh, nice RC too. Oh, into the charge dust as well. And then, ooh, gets a burst, but the charge dust came afterwards. Just dust again. That was 3 dusts in a row. Four-Face Buttons. I am surprised that they are not getting their excellent reversal game and their Totsugekis and their gold bursts, but King Africa is playing an incredibly cerebral game right now.
Yeah, I think one thing in particular is that the protection of the servants causing the buttons of May to bounce back and keep May pinned down for a second. That's been helping a lot to sort of kill the momentum that anytime Four-Face manages to get started. So I think that could be something that you might have to be a bit more careful with, especially because May uses a lot of those buttons to fly through the air. So anytime these happen to collide with one of the barriers or is pressing a button on the way down, it's causing the reverb to knock her back. So let's see what can happen here. Totsugeki.
Okay. Yeah, that's the first Totsugeki we've seen connect in a long time. Servants are coming out. Their air game, both of them, is ridiculous right now. They're just really out air gaming everyone. Backdash does get caught with 2 5Ps out of Four-Face Buttons. But the Jacko's low buttons are really, really good. And we're seeing that now. Oh, what a run-up throw. Just run up and do it. And now you're in a sandwich situation. But the YRC did get rid of the minion because it wasn't protected. King Africa's still sitting on a burst as well, and 100% tension.
Yeah, here we go. This should be all you need right here. Oh, no. Doesn't get managed to convert too much off of it. That'll be it. Nice quick tap into an RC, and that's going to take it. And you hate to see this here going into the next round with a lead and a burst. There's a lot Four-Face has to fight through here, especially against Jacko. Ooh, big hit, though. There's the burst.
I like though that King Africa with that 100% tension. It was obvious that they wanted to get the Forever Elysian driver, but they had a backup plan if it didn't work, and that RC was able to close it out. Really smart and expeditious use of all of that meter. Okay, the throw does come out from May though. Stuck in the corner, and now RC'd for their troubles. Going to get the wall break? Yeah, there we go. And nothing fancy. Just gonna close that out. King Africa waiting to see what's gonna happen. Double backdash, gets hit with the dolphin.
Yeah,
Nope,
there it is. Yeah, and that's what sort of happened there too, is that with King Africa not having momentum to pull out the servants, had to constantly be playing around the dolphin across screen, and Four-Face manages to take it, taking the first game so far for them. It's their first round for them so far. Ooh,
The low, the counter, yeah, and then the burst right afterwards. Had to do it, otherwise it's going to be a ton of damage. The lows, again, a really good basic button from Jacko. And you know what? Even if it's basic, it doesn't matter if it works, and it's working consistently.
Absolutely. Oh, big counter hit. This is going to be a lot of damage, potentially. Gets the huge whale coming in. Gets it back into the corner. You go.
Baby.
Yeah.
All right, do we save the burst? Yeah, wow. King Africa still so confident. Building up, they're almost to 100% tension again. And they PRC'd, but they got Totsugeki the reversal again. And then a gold burst gets it all back. The servants are protected.
Yeah, here we go. You see May trying to navigate through the air, but right into the corner. We saw this happen so many times before. Oh no, all of them are there. Nice YRC. So smart to get rid of the minions and ties it up 1-1. Fantastic work by May.
Yeah, so the overdrive that protected the minions had just ran out, so the YRC, when it connected, got rid of all 3 of them. It was huge. And another gold burst. That's 2 for the night.
Yep, we already know Fourface had a billion of these before. Oh my god, look at that damage. Huge opening already taking Jacko to almost half health. See what happens here.
Okay, jumps out. Oh, I think it was a throw for a throw. And then
Yeah, it was.
King Africa unfortunately lost that exchange. Fourface buttons, once again, we talked about it earlier, the king of adjustments, and is doing spectacularly. There's a random little neutral jump in there. That was great. Yeet into the RC, and Dolphin comes out afterwards. Fourface buttons is looking strong.
I like that choice by King Africa not to blow the burst there, even if they're about to die. The life lead was so huge, there wasn't likely much to get of it. Try to save the burst for this round instead, especially if you're getting pressured into the corner like this. Look how Fourface is playing a little bit outside of the May range, just going for counter pokes mostly. That's a really great option, because it means that King Africa can't easily go for a servant summon, because if they do, they're going to get punished. And we know that King Africa has had incredible... Oh no. Reverse there.
Oh, that was a very, very tense moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting some JPs into the air, and then the bounce. Holy moly, did you see that? That was insane. Forever Elysian Driver is going to connect. It has an insane range.
Yeah.
Not going to kill. Yeah, sometimes it'll look like, oh, I'm way outside of that range. My friend, you are not. You are not safe from Forever Elysian Driver. BRC, and then we just got some low 2Ps to come out afterwards.
And you see, we do have bursts, though, on deck of Fourface. Just could go for those famous gold bursts here to see what they do. Any straight hit, which there is quite a few of for Jacko, could manage to get out of it. Nice work.
Woo!
Pressures them entirely.
King Africa is out here. My goodness, he's just doing such a great job adjusting, where Fourface was doing a great job in the previous round. But now, Fourface again, like you said, Roy, keeping at bay at the maximum range, but sometimes you just gotta hit JP. Not a gold burst that time. Sorry, Fourface, you tried.
Yeah, unfortunately. One thing I really like about that plan as well is because it constantly lets you play more pressure-based without overextending yourself. We saw King Africa has a really great defensive game with these backdash back throws that lets them immediately reset into Jacko's prime range. So you have to be really careful when you're playing against that, because you see right here mid-screen, Jacko's offense is strong, but it's not that strong comparatively to the corner. And I think that's exactly where we want to stay as Fourface here. You see constantly jumping in the air, hopping left and right, but gets pushed into the corner all the same this time. Here we go.
Oof, what a counter hit, too. This is incredible from King Africa. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, the corner dusts have been crucial for King Africa's wins. And he's up 2-1. Reminder, this is best of 5, so we are going to continue. Which is great.
Yeah,
More
exactly.
Guilty Gear.
And I want to point out that adaptation there. Earlier, Fourface won a lot of interactions off the YRC to stop the servants, but this time King Africa waited and just perfectly punished it. Let him take the servants. It's fine. You're low on health anyways, and managed to close out on their own. Really great stuff at King Africa.
My goodness, but what a start for Fourface buttons, bringing out the entirety of SeaWorld here, and we didn't even have to get a ticket.
Yeah, amazing stuff already. It sets up the cross-up, but that's all you need here, because Totsugeki can come in, push him to the corner one more time. Oh, it's so close.
Oh, that BRC was really, really smart. I like the way he used it. Unfortunately, didn't pay off the exact way that he wanted. The magic pixel is in play. If you're not dead, you might as well keep fighting. And right now, King Africa working on an incredible comeback with that 0.5 health. And my guy, Fourface buttons, you have died. Almost.
Oh,
what
like
in the
inch,
scaling
inch
is that?
alive. No, May has some crazy guts. I know that. Oh!
I'm sad. I'm sad for King Africa. I really am. I thought they got it.
Yeah, that was a crazy almost comeback there. Oh, goes right for the sweep right off the bat. Those lows are so crazy. Even if we try to backdash them, because she slides forward, it can often catch the backdash too. And here we go. Stage transition. We're flying through.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, King Africa has a lot to work with. These air throws are great. I haven't seen anybody else really air throw today except for King Africa. And then once again, stuck in the corner, not going to kill. But it's not like King Africa had anything to work with at that point. Get slapped.
Yeah, that's one of the interesting parts about these more resource-based characters like Jacko's. That sometimes you get an opening and you don't have everything ready. You kind of have to settle for something low but efficient, you know, and that's kind of what happened there. Got the area transition and managed to set up for the next interaction.
So King Africa is just one away from moving on to grand finals, but Four-Face Buttons does not want to let this go lightly. We get a... I wasn't sure if... I'm pretty sure that was the whale, or the orca, and not the big whale. It was just a little bit difficult to see, but now we have that Drift RC just pinning Jacko to the wall. No, we're 2-2.
Wow, just
with
dead.
a perfect? Jeez.
Yeah, May can do some ridiculous damage if you get counter hit even once, and you're kind of seeing it right there. That was just basically 2.5 interactions, and that was it. So really great stuff, and now we're tying it up. It's been a really competitive match so far.
It's been insane. Oh, tweet or tweet. Oh, I'm excited for Halloween. I'm always excited for Halloween. Anyway, oh my goodness, what a counter hit, what a read. Sandwich situation immediately, and there's number 3 gold burst.
Yeah, here we go. You're not going to see the last of it today. Four-Face, the master of the gold burst. Nice, hops over the protected minion this time so it doesn't get clashed with the normal, and puts right to the corner again. I'm loving these counter adaptations and counter adaptations. Really great stuff already between these two players. King Africa, oh no, caught pressing a button.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, dangerous is the best word for it. Oh my gosh, and then sometimes it's like, danger? Too bad I can't read, and then just keeps going. But Four-Face Buttons, once again, is just the master of the mental stack and is able to adjust so quickly to what's going on. And faster than anybody we've seen today is taking King Africa to the absolute limit.
Yeah, this is looking at a really competitive set so far, and you're already seeing how much these two players already adapt to each other and make counter adjustments. This offensive game plan is so ridiculous, with not enough meter for reversal and no real option. Oh, nice backdash, just the PRC to scout out the aerial.
Oh my goodness, and then May in the air, Jacko on the ground, going for lows that aren't there. The reversal comes out, jumps out of the corner, trying to reset into the neutral. Totsugeki, and then another dolphin, and then now putting into the corner. King Africa does get hit, has a burst though. If you're going to, nope, this is burst safe now. I was gonna say you had one chance to use it, and it was very, very risky. Saves it for now. BRC immediate approach, jumps out, so no sandwich situation. Burst back for Four-Face as well. They might hold it though. Oh, the YRC, and
no way!
Does! But the burst was safe, so King Africa is okay.
Yeah, I thought for a moment Four-Face was going to scout out that burst. There was so much time for that burst to come out, but decided to go for it anyways. So low health, though. This means that he has to constantly barrier block, and that's not going to be it!
Dang.
Four-Face, absolutely crazy. It felt like this match was drifting back and forth constantly between these two. Constant adaptations, constant changes to each other's game plan, but just by the skin of their teeth, Four-Face Buttons takes it 3-2, sending King Africa down to lower bracket.
That was nuts. That was so insane. I loved the way that turned out. There was so much good back and forth and excellent just communication between the two players in the form of dolphins and fists and servants. It was ridiculous. And what a way. Four-Face Buttons. My God.
Wow. Absolutely
Such
incredible.
gameplay.
Yeah, the gold burst, of course, we knew it's his hallmark at this point. Constantly getting them, landing constant setups for it as well. Doing some really, really great stuff. And I think, in particular, what's so important about this is the best of 5. Once you get to best of 5, you're kind of seeing it right here. This is the benefit of being a really, really thoughtful player, a player who can really understand the mental stack, understand every option, because the longer the sets go, the more you understand of your opponent, right? And initially, we were scared there, right? Because initially, Four-Face was falling behind at the first little bit, but then the YRC adaptation came in, took a game. Then the counter YRC came in, so we had to readjust one more time, and immediately saw how he shifted around, making sure not to throw normals near the protected minions because the blowback kept messing up the tempo. Managed to be really strong on the pressure, managing to play really safe around those bursts. Multiple times, Four-Face opted for more burst safe combos to keep maintain the momentum so that Jacko could never get started, right? That was really fantastic.
It was so excellently done. So let's take a look at the bracket, because there's not much more to be said than was already said, but we have remaining Column and I Sunk, and the winner of that goes on to face King Africa. So, wow. But, man, Four-Face Buttons.
Yeah. What
a guy.
What a crazy match. I can't wait to see who they end up facing in Grands. But right here we have Column versus I Sunk, who we actually have seen once or twice before, and typically I believe Column does come out ahead of this, but that does mean that Isunk has had some time to go and lab, and if you're 16 years old and you're playing a character as complicated as Bedman, I have no doubt you're ready to lab a bunch. So I'm excited to see what changes have happened since the last time these two have played.
It's also summer, and if you already finished your summer homework, you have got time
Oh, no, you're
on your
right.
hands. So iSunk might have figured a few things out, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens during this. Now, once again, reminder, this is going back to best of 3. It's going to be fast. Do not blink. Keep those eyes peeled, because these players are fast and loose and ridiculous.
Absolutely, absolutely. Especially when it comes to this matchup in particular. I think if iSunk can manage to keep Column pinned, we saw how effective strong offensive game plan is against Happy Chaos, suffocating him out previously. That's what sent Column down here in the first place. So if you manage to do the same here with an equally as less known character as Bedman tends to be, that might be the recipe for success here. So let's see what iSunk manages to bring here.
No. Oh boy. The round start, a lot of stuff. Oh man, iSunk doing some really great stuff here, keeping Column into the corner. This is going to be really similar, actually, to how they played against the Jacko, because you just can't let them get their game plan started. Nice stagger in there as well, but Column is catching it. The burst does not work out.
Yeah, you actually saw Colin actually predict that perfectly. Gets the curse as well. Using Deus Ex will get him all of his bullets back for the stage transition, as well as earn him a hard knockdown. This is the worst position to be. Positive bonus, YRC, but predicts it and gets the nice clean finish there. Column looking great already.
All right. Column's ability to adjust quickly just cannot be understated. He's so fast, and he just really seems to have iSunk's number. He understands this matchup, which is interesting because, again, Bedman not particular. Yeah, that was ridiculous. Like, Bedman is not an often chosen character, so to be able to see him excel in this matchup is very impressive.
Yeah, especially we see like some of these choices, for example, like being able to predict where the iSunk's going to burst, even though they haven't played that often, is kind of impressive just from the onset, right? Okay, here we go. iSunk getting the machine started. Let's go.
Yeah, I like the way that iSunk plays in this. Oh no, this is a full screen overdrive. See ya.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Deus Ex Machina locks onto anyone, even if it's behind him. So as soon as he saw that iSunk was pressing buttons, Column just dialed it in.
Oh yeah, because there's no risk, all reward at that point.
Yeah, really solid punish, and we get the initial lead here with Column 1-0. But honestly, iSunk had some really solid offense. We saw him get pushed to the corner a couple times, and then Column managed to sneak out. So let's see if he can be a bit more sticky, be a bit more oppressive in those buttons, and see what he can do here.
Yeah. The Delilah lines are so good.
Oh, they are. She's
they
fantastic
did
character.
a really good job with this.
All right, let's see how it goes this time. Immediate steady aim, but gets pushed out of it by the aerial. Right to the corner you go. Here we go. What you got?
This is so resembling the first round of the last game. Getting a lot more damage out, but Column just understands, like, especially at this neutral reset after an area shift, what they can do. But iSunk doing a great job controlling the entire space. Oh my goodness gracious. Column is evaporated.
Yeah, that was a really great pressure game, and iSunk dialed in the install as well to get lots of great projectiles enabled as well, making Column unable to really get much started. But here we go. Gets the wall slump this time as well to make sure you build all the concentration and the bullets. You see, doing it consistently here, this is one of the Happy Chaos' favorite things to do, because you get so many resources and you just keep them pinned to this wall. You don't do much damage, but it's so hard to escape. Another set. Here we go one more time. Caught pressing one more time, and that's going to be it this time.
It is. Unfortunate. iSunk has these amazing rounds. And then Column is just like, but what if I perfected you? Oh, I did.
Yeah, the wall slump is such a dangerous thing to fight as well, especially as Bedman. Like, when you're facing characters who don't have strong reversal options, it can be really difficult to get the swing started here. Here we go. Lots of great damage. Look at the damage. Oh, no, bit of a drop, though. But he managed to convert anyways. Here we go. Gets the burst from Column. Full screen. Has the projectiles on deck. Bedman has the full burst here, too. So this is looking pretty good. But the bullets managed to snag him. And Curse on deck. Back to the corner.
Yeah. Puts him in there, and then again, Curse. Just keep him cursed the entire time. Super comes up. PRC backdash said, I want nothing to do with any of this damage. And now iSunk has got to work so hard because they blew everything. Okay, they're just going to use the Beyblade to get out of there. Switches sides, and is going to take this game. team. I'm
Wow.
proud of you, buddy. Let's go.
Let's go. I sunk, managing to fight out of there. Saw a column running up and just went for the low into the spin and managed to catch him just in time and take the game. Really great stuff. 1-1. Final game. Tournament life for both players. Let's see how this goes.
I don't know, actually. I legitimately don't know. If Column has good adjustments, great, cool. But honestly, iSunk is playing really well today.
Yeah, I really like it. You're already seeing a lot of improvements from the last time these two players have played. These things are looking a lot more even, especially some of these interactions. I'm really, really liking it. And I think we're seeing the most success when like Iceland gets an early lead and manages to like sort of use the projectiles at a certain point to stay ahead of the game once they've gotten that initial lead. So let's see what happens here with Iceland. Nice jump back, immediate aerial, Beyblade right to the corner. Yeah, here's the pressure again.
Okay. Yeah, had to burst there because that was... I mean, Column saw the writing on the wall. He knew exactly how that was going to play out, and it was not going to be good. Burst does come out from iSunk, and then manages to beat Happy Chaos's own projectiles with these automatic special follow-up moves. And then, wait, does this work?
It might be safe depending on what you pressed. Oh, it traded! That's exactly what you want, though.
I love this for everyone.
Yeah, nice. Managing to predict the jump angles, too, of Happy Chaos. Oh, gets caught by the gun pull-out this time, though. Here's a huge combo. That's a great combo starter for Happy Chaos. Right to the corner. You saw these wall slumps earlier. Get ready to see them again. Oh, fantastic back!
Oh my gosh! iSunk, you're a genius. I love it.
iSunk was so patient there. He knew that he was going to go for the backdash, waited for a second, then just eventually challenged right after. Great stuff. If he had gone for a grab there or done another button, probably would have got punished immediately by Column. Huge gun pullout. Big damage here. You're seeing this damage right here. Look at this. Deus Ex Machina. No more wall slump shenanigans. You've seen through it. It's time just to cash out, get my hard knockdown. But now iSunk does have the burst on deck and a game up and a round up here. So here we go.
Yeah, okay, he does choose to spend it. I'm surprised, but now he's hit with Curse, so this is really huge. Oh, went for the super concentration from Column. Interesting. Okay, yeah, he was not playing games. You see, if Column had done Deus Ex Machina when he went for the fancy wall slump stuff, he would have won already. But he didn't, so there we are. Now, iSunk, when the moment is the most pressure, are you going to be able to pull out something ridiculous? Yes, we have something started.
Yeah, that amazing backdash there was perfect. Goes for another low, takes Column's burst, and iSunk does have the next burst coming up, so this is a bit of his advantage here. Column probably won't get another burst in this round, so iSunk can get something started here. That's huge. Meaty. Oh, wait, did the curse go through him somehow? I don't even know how that happened.
I'm not sure. Oh, no, this is burst safe, and he didn't get it even. Wow, that was down to the wire, but Column is going to take it, and will go back to face King Africa.
Yeah, that was an incredible match. Column had some really great adaptations there. Facing a character that isn't so frequently played like Bedman and who has so many interesting and unique options, it's difficult to adapt on the fly, but Column did a really great stuff there. But if I'm being honest, I'm a little scared. iSunk had noticeable improvement from their previous game. I wouldn't be surprised after the next Fight Nights if iSunk is going to come in as the favorite.
With every right should iSunk come in as a favorite.
Yeah.
This dude, I mean, if you just are joining us, we have quite a few more people hanging out with us than we did at the beginning of the stream. iSunk is 16.
He's crazy.
What else is there to say?
And especially when you're playing a character like Bedman, like everyone has their start. I started when I was pretty young too, but I was playing like pretty relaxed characters. I was playing Ryu. I was playing Ken. You know, the 16-year-old decided to play Bedman, an extremely complicated and unique character, and I can only imagine how crazy they're going to get if they keep playing this way. They're doing amazing every single fight night they show up at.
They really are. They have just continued to improve. The sky is the limit for them, and I can't wait to see what they continue to bring to the Fight Nights. But we are not done. We have more Guilty Gear. And so let's take a look at the bracket because we are very, very soon going to near the end. So as you can see there, everything filled out so far. King Africa and Column will be going to fight it out. And you can see when they fought before, King Africa 2-0'd my guy.
Yeah,
so,
I hope Column's gone and checked out the his Happy Chaos versus Jacko notes, because that was a pretty dominant fashion we saw previously. King Africa just swallowed Column with so many servants and setups that it was difficult for Column to get anything started whatsoever. So Column's gonna have to make a lot of changes here if he wants to reverse the situation from the previous time they met.
Right, and from here on out, this is going to be best of 5, so we're going to get to see a lot of set play, which is very exciting because you get a lot of mind games when you get into set play, and I thought that you thought that I thought that you thought sort of situations, which is always fun to get to watch, especially when you're seeing something at such a high level of gameplay like we have at the Fight Nights Invitationals.
Yeah, these two players in particular have shown to be incredibly skilled at their respective characters, and that's the thing here. We kind of theorized that Column's infamiliarity with this matchup was sort of the issue. Well, so far across these two sets, he's going to be playing at a minimum five matches total. Maybe that's enough time to start building up a better game plan to fight off against Jacko. I would fully expect Column to make some huge changes and perhaps start finding more signs of life throughout each of these sets.
Agreed. I'm really interested to see what's going to happen, that's for sure. But immediately, oh my goodness.
Meterless damage, that's ridiculous. Crazy Column combo there.
Yeah, can we say that one more time? Meterless.
Yeah, this character has some of the most ridiculous offensive game you've ever seen. Ooh, interesting. I think he tried to use the steady aim as a reset there, banking on the fact that Jacko wouldn't be ready to block, but King Africa was, but unfortunately was not enough.
Also a perfect.
Yes.
He did not get touched.
Yeah.
Ooh, going for that 2D. That was a little interesting there. This time, though, King Africa looking much more similar to the way that they did in the first round, but gets hit by the curse and has to burst because there was a lot of damage coming in from Column.
Yeah, exactly. And Column back in the corner again. This is where we saw him sort of get suffocated before. No servants this time. Nice. Try to challenge with the 2S, but gets thrown. In particular, King Africa has had an incredible throw game against Column, getting these really great backdashes into throws that keep reversing situations. That's a fully optimized combo, even off of a throw. Great stuff, milking every inch of damage there, and King Africa ties it back up.
This is insane. I am so impressed with the way that King Africa continues to adjust here.
Yeah, these two have a really great sort of matches already. Getting perfected and coming back like that. Nice block on the roll through. Challenges it with the low. Here we go. Very little resources for Happy Chaos. Half health.
Oh my goodness. Woo, baby! There's so much damage coming out. 2 servants. 2 are behind, but the overhead is going to erase both of them because when Jacko gets hit, her servants will disappear. Going into the corner, this is a chance for Column to bring this back. But FD's, oh, what a tech on the throw. There was just so much anticipation coming out there.
Yeah, I love it. Dropping down the servant there as well, and then getting the cross up. Huge. Not enough to kill yet, but this is so close. Wire C's not in range. And that's it. Jacko at King Africa taking the initial game here. Really, really great stuff.
And I didn't think that was going to go that way at all because Column, he started the thing with a perfect. But King Africa has this confidence that I mean, well-deserved. You are playing out of your mind and you're taking out absolute pillars of the community and leaders of their characters.
Yeah, this is being absolutely crazy. No, catches the backdash with a curse. Here we go. BRC to try to get the sweep. You saw the start of the sweep animation there, trying to slide in. There's the throw we're talking about. Here we go.
Once again, oh my gosh, this charged dust as well. Back into the corner. Oh, but curse is applied from Column. And yeah, you're going to have to FD a lot of that. And then the throw comes out. They're both just hanging on to those bursts. And I would too, honestly.
Low bullets on Column. You can't get too many conversions. Restocks there, but that was a huge opening he missed because of low bullets.
It's a shame.
Here we
Good
go.
call out on that too. Yeah. Oh, he managed to reload too in that moment. He is working to get these resources. BRC and the slide under, but it's caught.
Just barely. It's so close because remember that lock on from the curse lets him get shortcut so many of the shots. There we go.
That was
Column
so close.
taking the initial lead here. So those curses are going to keep piling up, and he's going for them more frequently because he knows how evasive this Jacko is. So look, another curse on him lets you be a lot more aggressive with your gunshots. See, look at this pressure. Really great patience, King Africa. Wow, challenges it perfectly right on time.
Yeah, and an incredible counter hit. Look at this sandwich that's being set up. There are servants on every side, and that is what gives Jacko such a huge advantage. The gunshots do come out, but no curse applied. BRC, BRC, and then goes and challenges in the air. Ridiculous.
Yeah, great stuff. Actually used the BRC to put away the gun there to get the jab out. Really great stuff. Oh, catches the whip. Oh no, but it was not a lock on in time.
No, oh my god, just beat him with that serpent. It's like a game of dodgeball in kindergarten.
Yeah, there you go. They're all set up. You can look at that tension bar. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my god.
Look at the risk gauge on Column. It's already in red. He's almost at max risk. This is going to be huge. Okay, he's losing it now.
Oh, but it's so hard. In that situation, you get sandwiched. You don't know where to block. So difficult.
That was insane. Oh my goodness. The way that these two are fighting is just top tier gameplay right now. And you know, I expect nothing less.
Yeah, these two have absolutely incredible gameplay so far. Ooh, he tried to do it again, but this time again, King Africa's waiting for it. Goes to the corner. Not where you want to be. This is so dangerous. YRC, yeah, nice. Stop the pressure now. Oh my goodness! You see that? Use the heavy slash as like almost like a pseudo Kara cancel with the RC to go to the low. Really great stuff here. Oh my goodness, King Africa playing out of their mind right now. Look at this pressure. It's bound to crack it eventually, but not too much out of it. That should be it though.
That was insane. King Africa 2 up right now. Every time I think, oh no, Column's got this. Column does not got this.
Yeah, it's becoming increasingly obvious that King Africa's setups and like just an offensive game. Look, just sprints forward, not a care in the world, just slides underneath all of it.
Yeah, oh my goodness. What an aggressive burst.
Yeah,
Didn't get a gold burst for, but oh my gosh, again, we're playing kindergarten dodgeball. The minions are out to play and they are doing so much damage, but we have Column coast to coast. We get the super concentration, but he only has one bullet. He had to reload. And that was, again, like you called out earlier, Roy, such a waste of time.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because he's having to use these bullets to create pressure on Jacko to ensure that like he maintains his momentum. But that means when he does get those openings, he's not getting these crazy column combos that we've been seeing across the fight nights, where he does these cross-screen, back-to-wall, wall-to-wall combos. But here we go. Oh, gets caught. The kick of the minion, sending it in.
Oh, did you see that grab? What a whiff. That's so unfortunate. The way that King Africa is changing up their movement and getting these backdashes in. Goes high, goes low. Where does he go next? I don't even know.
Oh,
I don't even know what King Africa knows.
Yeah, no, it seems to be so incredibly free flow. Does some really solid conversions. I only say he knows because he's getting so many great combos and options of it. Amazing throw. Here we go. Set up the sandwich. YRC predicted it perfectly. Saw the 50-meter. Called it out just like that. King Africa tying it up. One last round for this game. Here we go. Oh, just says go for it.
Yeah, just, I mean, you might as well. Okay, the curse is out. Curse is applied. The tack roll does go through. It's not something that we see Column use that much. There are other players who use it more. Column gets the gold burst, goes for super concentration, but once again, does not have that many bullets, so he can't get a ton out of it.
It's one I expect him to Deus Ex, restock the bullets. That's the one benefit of this super, even on hit or whiff. It restocks your bullets. You get the hard knockdown as well. This is exactly what going to be his Column. Positive bonus. This is your game to lose here. What you got? Watch out. Oh, perfect throw. Great stuff.
And you were right. You said it's your game to lose. It was, and sometimes, you know, they lose, but
yeah,
not
sometimes
now.
It happens. Not this time. Colin played it really by the book at the end there, making sure not to throw away any sort of lead. We've seen King Africa have incredible backdash back throws that really turned the tide of a match, but Colin was ready for it that time and went for the throw, which would beat the hypothetical back throw there as well. Great stuff.
I love the way Colin just straight up punched that servant in the face and was like, nah, I'm not dealing with it.
Not
and then
today.
just goes right through with the kicks from King Africa. And again, these incredible, just ridiculous combos. They're like DDR for your fingers that Colin is being able to bring out. The curse is applied to King Africa. Is the mental stack too much now?
It's tough. It's tough. Oh, that time the tackle didn't go all the way through, so King Africa probably blocked the other way, but the bullet managed to connect there. Great stuff by Colin.
Okay, there's a lot to keep track of right now for King Africa, but he's just trying to play his game, getting a lot of good counter hits, a ton of chip damage, and then the high-low coming out. But this is actually scarily similar to the previous round. We're just on the left side of the screen rather than the right. Even with that jump out, am I seeing the same thing in the mirror?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely crazy. It seems like Colin has this really interesting jump out setup where he puts curse on and then allows them to jump out so that they cross themselves up with the steady aim. But this time King Africa is getting something started. Sets up the sandwich. Here we go. Exactly where I want to be. Not 50 meter yet. Doesn't have to worry about YRC. Oh, gets a reversal situation. Oh, Black People doesn't not enough. One touch is all you need and it gets Happy Chaos. That's so scary. Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Did
what do you do?
this catch? No, it's FD'd. It doesn't matter. Oh my gosh. That was insane. And just like that, we're up 2-2. Whereas before, I just want to put this out that if this is the cool thing about best of fives. If this had still been a best of 3, King Africa would have already won.
Yeah.
But because it's a best of 5, we get our first game 5.
Yeah, this is going absolutely crazy here. And we're kind of seeing exactly what we were talking about earlier. Like, the longer the set goes, the more adaptations you can make. And especially we were talking about, we think Column doesn't have that much matchup experience. He's getting his money's worth right now, getting plenty of matchup experience against Jacko. And that's what we're seeing: slightly beneficial, slightly better trades, slightly better situational awareness, slightly better awareness of how Jacko works. Oh, just calls him out, though, straight with the heavy. Let's go.
That's incredible. I just want to see King Africa keep that steady, calm head that he's been having, because right now Column is doing a great job bringing it back every single time. The burst comes out, reversal comes out as well, but having to spend a lot of meter for FD, we get super concentration, and he reloaded at the beginning so we didn't have to risk wasting any of the overdrive.
Exactly. Great choice there. Back to 0 bullets, though, with no meter to use on Deus Ex. Means you don't have much to threaten here. Look, 0 bullets, 0 bullets. This means any opening here is not going to be very valuable. King Africa's pushing forward to make sure he doesn't get much out of it. 3 bullet restock, though. That's going to be huge. 1 bullet back down to 0.
Oh, but he's out. He's out. And then the concentration is low, too. Column is, I think Column might be in their own head. They have got to be careful. No. And then King Africa immediately, don't let him reload. That was so smart. King Africa able to keep track of their own meters, of which there are many, while watching Column's multiple meters.
Yeah, this is a really interesting resource management battle between the two of them, because both of the characters have really strong highs and really low lows depending on what their respective meters are. So knowing what they're going to be looking for in those situations is so important. But Column is just doing absolutely everything right here, getting a huge combo. Look at that life bar just evaporate. Area shift will take out, like, what, 90% of King Africa's health in one interaction?
I've only seen that combo on YouTube.
Yeah, that was crazy. Column firing it out here. Here we go. Last round, final game. Who's going to take it? 2 bursts on deck. Anyone's game here.
I don't know. I'm not breathing. Oh my gosh. Okay, sandwich situation is set up from King Africa with those servants. Ooh, Happy Chaos did get caught, but he managed to apply the curse in the meantime.
Yeah, this is where we're so dangerous here. Concentration, chaos, and the curse on board. Nice. Playing patiently. Look at that. Keep stuffing every single button approached by Jacko. Oh, tries to go for the throw.
PRC, and then the side switch.
Oh, this is exactly what you don't want to see. This is so dangerous.
It is so dangerous. And then they're both just jumping. They know how dangerous this is. The servants are out. The burst does not connect from Column, and he's stuck in the sandwich situation. There's still a burst for King Africa.
Driver.
Forever Elysian driver. They just built 50% tension. It's going to work. King Africa is going to almost.
Oh no, it doesn't break the area shift.
God.
Oh my goodness. This is so dangerous, though. Yeah, that's it. Oh my goodness. What a match. That was insane. I was like, is it close enough? It was just short. If it hit the area shift, that absolutely would have finished it.
Yeah.
But just barely managed to stay alive. But it's okay, because Jacko still has an incredible Oki game to set up on top of Happy Chaos. And with Happy Chaos having no really strong reversal options, what are you doing against 3 servants on top of you? It's so hard to stay alive in that situation. Incredible play by both players. Absolutely crazy.
How is that our lower bracket final?
I'm stressed. I couldn't believe what I just watched. Those two had an incredible set. But shout outs to Column, though, like, especially coming out of a 2-0, having to fight back against something that you kind of were seemingly struggling against, and doing quite well in the run back, almost winning it. I would love to see a further set in the future, you know, like another day perhaps. But great stuff by King Africa. Incredible Jacko gameplay throughout the entirety of this evening.
I am so impressed, because really in game 4, it was starting to look shady for King Africa. It started to look, oh, the mental stack is crumbling. They're having trouble confirming the things that were easy for them before. They're not getting the reads that they were. And then game 5, it was really down to the wire. And it was down to, it felt almost like Column lost control. It was like a car going fast downhill, and it was like, well, this is it. And that was that.
Yeah, it was a really crazy match between the two of them, and honestly, like, I can't wait for future fight nights between the two of them, because this could be the story of a really strong rivalry between these two, because the sheer amount of pressure and sheer amount of respect the two of them had across both of their mix-ups. You can see so much counter adaptation. You saw Jacko going for Hail Marys. You saw Happy Chaos going for Hail Marys. Like, the two of them had so many great options. I even saw, like, Clone being worked in, which is something you don't often see Column even use, because he was looking for a way to stop the, like, BRC, quick RC, heavy slash of Jacko, who keep using it to get in it. Because remember, it would also stop the slide as well. It was a great option, but it's a risky one. You pay health to use it, et cetera, et cetera. So it was a great match, but let's see how the bracket is shaped up here before we go into our grand finals, because it has been an absolutely crazy match so far.
Yeah, so you can see at the beginning of our day, we had a lot of 2-0s, couple 2-1s, and then just really continuing with that trend until we had a 3-2 in the winners final, a 3-2 in the lower bracket final, and now Four Face Buttons and King Africa go back at it, whereas before it was 3-2 in Four Face's favor. But King Africa was looking really strong. It's just that Four Face Buttons he's just kind of that guy, you know?
Yeah, his adaptations were incredible. And remember, that match also went down to the wire. I would not be surprised if we see a crazy reset here, because these two players were evenly matched across their first set. It was only by the skin of their teeth that Four Face managed to take it that time. So who knows what adaptations have come into play here. King Africa obviously running hot, really warm after fighting off against Column in the lower bracket. So let's see how this grand finals managed to shake out here.
I don't know, but if you haven't already, go ahead and spend some of your points to predict in the chat right now. I spent mine, so but I'm not telling you who it is that I put all my points on.
Yeah.
So
wait. Is that Asuka? Oh my goodness.
Bro.
Oh my goodness. I was not ready for this.
May I change my prediction?
Yeah, wait a second. King Africa was like, all right. You might have been adapting to my Jacko, but are you prepped for 40 different special moves from Asuka, the true hero of Guilty Gear? Let's see it as it gets started here. Those of you unaware, Asuka is what can best be described as like a card game character in a fighting game.
Yes.
He can draw different special moves from his deck of cards, of which he has 3 different ones, and they will do all sorts of things, such as fling cubes at the opponent, slow them down, enhance your speed, give you mana, do a bunch of damage, and so on and so forth. Crazy character.
I know we're gonna have to go in and out and like explain what Asuka does, because Asuka is the most recent character coming out on the 25th of May, so he is still pretty new. The mana, though, that is the most important thing right now that I want to point out, because if you noticed, King Africa's health bar is lit up blue. While he has that, he does not take as much damage. He will take double damage if he runs out of mana. So that is, and then he's also unable to cast spells. But yes, there are 3 decks. There's 30 cards in each deck. You can switch them on the fly with the punch, kick, slash, and heavy slash buttons using particular commands. You can see there next to the 25, he has 25 cards left in that deck. Now he's got 24, and he's got to charge them. He also he cannot regen mana by himself. He has to spend another moveset to be able to do it, so it's all about being really tricksy. King Africa, the king of tricksy. Also, if you want to learn more about Asuka, there is a video that I did on the PlayStation Esports channel that explains him.
Yeah, and I can imagine how in-depth that has to be, because this character just has so many tools, so many options, but that's kind of the thing. You might think that makes him inherently overpowered, but what it means is that you have to be a genius to play this character. There's so much you have to learn, so much you have to understand, because there's so many things you have to keep on track of. It's almost a contest against yourself.
Yeah, now he's taking double damage because he's out of mana. He cannot cast spells. Look how much damage that did because he didn't have that barrier. Oh, we're gonna wake up super. That's crazy pants, but you know what? It works.
Ooh, and he managed to take it because of that, too. Yeah, I think right there, immediately, King Africa respected the fact that he knew that Force doesn't go in when he had no mana, so he uses the only real spell he has left, which is, of course, his Overdrive, which he can still use when he doesn't have mana. Now it's his real only way to buy himself back into that round after the hard knockdown.
Oh my gosh, this is insane. I did not predict this in my wildest dreams of the future, but I love it very much. Okay, so the Totsugeki comes out, though. That, the staff that he puts down, it does different things. One can speed up projectiles, one can slow them down, one can put them in different directions. It just all depends on what he pulls. The first card deck is going to be mostly projectile-based, the second card deck is mix-up heavy, and the third one has, like, really cool gimmicky tools, like teleport. That super fills all of the card slots, and he can cycle through all of the different cards until he gets what he wants.
Yeah, so especially when it comes to a character like this, you need to have some way to control what options you get, because some of these options are very crazy, which I'm sure we're going to see here. Look at this damage going out here. I did not expect King Africa to have a pocket Asuka in his back pocket, but it's looking pretty good. There we go.
Pocket Asuka? Nobody. He's got to burst, though, because he's going to be taking bejesus damage there. Oh, my goodness, yeah. Because he lost the mana. So you lose mana in a multitude of different ways. This character is so complex. You lose mana by spending spells, you lose mana by getting hit, you lose mana by switching some of the cards out, you lose mana in a lot of different ways, so there's a lot going on. I will say that video If you want to learn more about Asuka, go to the PlayStation Esports website or PlayStation Esports YouTube page because it's there. He does switch back to Jacko, but it's only 1.5 minutes long, so go check it out.
Yeah, I'm kind of impressed you managed to get that much information into 1.5 minutes. So that's really, really
It
impressive.
was a lot of work, but it was totally worth it.
Yeah, we're seeing him switch back to Jacko here. I think that was a nice sort of try to like maybe surprise Warface, and almost worked too. That went down to the final round there before bringing in the Jacko here. Because the Jacko, remember, Jacko is inherently like a very crazy mix-up focused character, but Jacko really preys specifically on the opponent not being ready. So having that sort of buffer game there with an Asuka, almost with another tricky character, could perhaps try to cross up Warface's ideas before he has to go back in and fight the Jacko. Because look at this, already doing quite well, puts him into the corner. I saw the whiff throw there by Warface, a whiffed burst as well. You hate to see it, Lee Driver. Here we go.
Ouch.
Bonk.
I am in bonk. That's all you can say. You congratulations. You now need to go see a chiropractor.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need the Taco Bell sound effect coming in there as well.
Oh
Here
my
we
God,
go.
that'd be
Yeah, gets the sandwich here. Big hit as well with the counter hit. No servant this time though. Gets the reset. Pops it down in front. Yep. You see, that's what's so dangerous too. If you push up against past one of these servants, they'll be behind you, so you set yourself into a sandwich yourself. Look at that damage. Ridiculous. Does not get the area shift.
Yeah, text the incoming throw, just anticipates it coming, which is actually good because Jacko's throw animation is incredibly ambiguous, very similar to Giovanna's in that it's difficult to see what's going on. Big hits out of King Africa is going to take this game. I loved seeing the Asuka, but the Jacko is the character that is winning them this. Also, as a reminder, this is, like we said at the beginning, a double elimination bracket, so King Africa will have to win this set and another one if they want to be able to take this Fight Nights.
Yeah, and that's going to be a huge mission to climb too, because we talked about it earlier. Jacko does really well against players who aren't prepared, and if you're playing effectively, 10 games minimum to win, it's going to be a huge mountain to climb here. So let's see what King Africa manages to do. They're already doing some really great stuff, and Warface just has to recreate their success from earlier today when they took them out down to lower bracket in the first place. We'll see what happens.
Ooh.
Love the patience.
I do too. That was a really nice moment between them. A lot of respect for these two players. Huge counter hit, gets the burst out of King Africa. I think that's a win for Warface.
Nice,
and now
the protection of the servant there actually stuffed Totsugeki as well, causing May to recoil. Big throw!
Ooh, what a throw! It just, you know what, I'm tired of you. Get into the corner. Great. Totsugeki gonna get the wall break. Go ahead, get positive tension because Warface is working with nothing. Just jumps out of there. I swear, Warface does a lot of sports because May is got jumps.
Oh yeah, I think it's a really cool idea too, because remember, the servants can't really fly into the sky, so staying up high above them can give you some time to breathe, recalibrate yourself. But the driver's coming in, I think it's still a little too far out yet from
Yeah,
the
just a little.
corner.
Unfortunate.
Huge anti-air!
Ooh, yeah, that was really nice from King Africa. So smart.
Yeah, doing really, really great work there. King Africa has the lead here, but big counter hit, straight to the corner. Burst will be coming back up for King Africa soon. We'll have it this round if they want to spend it. Big hit, they get their burst back, but Warface does have positive tension, meaning they're building more meter than ever before, and that means they can do some really crazy stuff, which we've seen them do tons
like
of before.
this.
Oh my god, what is this?
This is Dodgeball May edition now. Whoa, my god. I like the way the Warface is so willing to FD because they have so much meter. YRC comes out, jump, doesn't even pay attention to where Jacko is, just trying to get out of the corner. Huge combo there. Totsugeki comes out and just waits to see what King Africa was going to do, goes for the low, tying it up in this game.
Yeah, we're seeing Warface use that jumping aerial of Maze to take to the sky and fly above the servants, not even wanting to engage with the mix-up. Oh, it's like 6 now across the tournament so far. Warface buttons, the gold burst, giving them a full meter here, which is really dangerous on May. But King Africa gets the area transition, and this means it's going to be a positive bonus for them, so they'll be getting to 100 meters shortly as well. Big throw!
Yeah. Oh my goodness, what a huge hit there too. And then we get the charge dust, and then we get the RC into another charge dust. King Africa taking it up 2 now, looking like they might get this reset unless we get the huge adjustment out of Warface buttons.
Alright, let's see what happens here. Gets initial hit.
Okay. Oh, gold burst.
7?
That's no, it's number 5 actually. Number 5. You're giving him more than he wanted. You know, you're just giving him more credit.
Yeah.
Okay, got this huge hit And again, I like the way that Fourface, even though they know they're going to get positive tension, they did not spend it so they could do something like that. The PRC, to be sneaky with the movement, goes in for the low. It's playing at that far away range like they were in the winner's final.
You're seeing it here perfectly. Remembering what worked for them in the past, playing right outside of Jacko's range where Jacko has to commit but can't be safe enough to go for servants. That's exactly where Jacko doesn't want you, where you can threaten both really well. Oh, here we go, back to the corner. Look, see that back hop? Immediately tries to set up again. Look, here we go again. Oh, but just whiffs the button, unfortunately. But that's exactly what you see him actively setting up for every single time.
This movement out of Fourface buttons is ridiculous. We got a really fast burst, and then using the servant super, even though it was only one out at that moment, but navigating all the way through that like a pinball machine.
Yeah, a literal
and Fourface
minefield.
buttons is going to get this hit and send King Africa to the next part of the stage.
Oh my god, double aerial. Yeah, that's just so dangerous. Fourface's aerial movement across every single match I've seen them in has been so key to their success. They use it to escape, they use it to get through situations. What was it, 3 armored minion servants, high and low, that finds that one angle? You ever play Flappy Bird? It's just like that, but with May. Just like flings through herself, manages to get through. Incredible work by Fourface, making a character with, let's be honest, a relatively straightforward game plan look downright diabolical with how well they move through the air.
It was unbelievable. But now King Africa trying to, and that's number 6 gold burst. And that is where Fourface gets so scary when they have all these resources. Reverse into the, we had the Orca, but it didn't matter because King Africa was still FDing, holding that from before. Oh, Totsugeki is going to get rid of the sandwich situation, which is awesome for them, but then they're hurt by the next one, stuck into the corner. King Africa doing everything they can. There's that charge dust in second one.
Here we go. That's all it'll take. King Africa doing insanely well here so far, taking the initial lead. One more round to reset the bracket, and that's what King Africa wants here. It's a tough road to play this many matches of Guilty Gear in a row, especially with such a strenuous character like Jacko. That's what you might want. Oh, big throw!
That's huge. Fourface buttons does not want to let this one go easily. They said, I don't want to play more games. I'm done. But they're going to have to play at least one more if King Africa does not get it together. And right now, you get the entire splash zone at SeaWorld, and you forgot your poncho.
Yeah, this is looking pretty dangerous to see. Here's that mid-range, never overextending. That's what we saw King Africa feast on earlier across their matches previously, is that anytime someone overextended, they had such a strong defensive game, they could reverse situation with reverse throw. But here we go, sandwich on both sides.
Okay.
Oh,
yep. Okay, that one is going to explode. Oh, the YRC. I like the idea. It was to get rid of the bomb so they wouldn't explode. Got hit, though, by whatever, the beach ball. That's what it was. Totsugeki does come out. King Africa still has burst. Caught in this reversal. Oh my god.
That should be it. I don't want to say it, but it should be. That's so much damage coming in. Oh my god, no way.
They lived.
One health
Scaling.
and a dream. May's guts is unreal. Oh, thank goodness. Gets the throw. And we are going to a bracket reset. King Africa taking the reset here, 3-2. And that means we're going to another set here, essentially. Players are going to go right into it. No need for a break.
Break who?
Yeah, these two are on fire right now. That, again, each of these matches have gone down to the wire. I am not at all surprised that this one just happened to go the way of King Africa. This is going to be a crazy match, to say the least.
Oh my gosh, and went for that gold burst. Didn't get it that time. We're still at 6, but a huge counter hit. And then we're in the skies once again. I have never seen a May be in the sky as much as Fourface buttons.
Yeah, feeling like almost like a Magneto-style character here, flying around so much. Ooh, big Totsugeki. That one's safe on block. Here we go again. Big pressure. Oh, I love the choice there to slide in slightly to get for the crouch heavy. But oh no. Sandwich set up.
This is a big sandwich. And then just grabs. Yeah, if your opponent is blocking that much, absolutely grab. That's a huge option. Then the RC. Oh, the RC does not work out for King Africa. Fourface buttons is forced to block, though, continually because you're getting hit by servants constantly. Went in for almost what it looked like a grab, but then the immediate RC after the Totsugeki switches sides. The overhead comes out. What is going on?
Yeah, that was a really great mix-up by Fourface buttons. Didn't get too much out of it, unfortunately, but did open him up twice. Here we go. Oh, great reaction. The actual shockwave of RC connected, unfortunately, and that's going to be enough to take it in the first round of this new set.
Okay. Now, oh my goodness. This is
jab challenges. It's so tight. This is so tension here.
Yep, and then we just hit again and again and again. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous.
Crazy.
The
Juke
low.
sweep, counter hit, carrying him across the screen, sets up the sandwich. Totsugeki tries to cross up. Nice block by King Africa. That was a cross-up overhead. Manages to block it just in time.
I can't take my eyes off of this match. It's ridiculous. Oh, the bomb is going to go off. Oh, but the throw afterwards, that's such a mixy setup. Because if you don't block the bomb, you know, you're darned if you do, darned if you don't.
Yeah, that was a really, really crucial moment there. And we've seen King Africa use that bomb to put the opponent in these checkmate scenarios and then, like, prey upon them using, like, Y or C or stuff to try to get out of it, right? They've been doing some great stuff. No way this kills. Oh, my God.
Today it does.
Alrighty then, chat room. That was it. And King Africa takes game one there in the new bracket reset.
This is insane. The momentum on King Africa's side right now is electric. It is just going. But Four-Face Buttons is like, I want to win this tournament. They were so close last time when they fought against Umisho. They were just so close. And to be this close again and to have victory slipping away from you, no way. They don't want it. They might take this first round with a perfect.
Oh my goodness, this damage is ridiculous. Everything connecting here. Little tiny bit of health. King Africa does have a burst, but I can't imagine you use it this low health at this point with this health lead. Oh yeah, that is brutal. Perfect. Four-Face coming back with a vengeance. Does not want to let this game slip away.
Yeah, definitely does not. Ooh, look how respectful they both are. They're like, okay, let's just throw out some buttons here. Went for the overhead, doesn't work. Little tiny overhead Totsugeki. And now, side switch. I was mixed. I did not predict that it was going to end up on that side.
Absolutely not. But King Africa somehow did. Burst, bit of an aggressive one, pushing forward. The beach ball actually sniped out the servant just in time there. Totsugeki running over the servant. That's exactly what you want here. Put her right into the corner state, right inside this range. Nice, see, exactly. Bait out the sweep, because that sweep is so crucial to Jacko's game plan. It's an advancing low that can really set up all of her game plan. And you see him constantly playing around that backspace range. Oh no! He RC back to avoid the burst, but King Africa delayed it, so it's still connected.
Yeah, I understand what you were trying to do. It's just unfortunate that King Africa was one step ahead. There were 3 JPs in that area, just trying to get Four-Face Buttons back into the corner, create this pressure situation. We're going. Oh, this time, you know what? I don't even know. Forget it.
The scaling gets so crazy sometimes. No, but that is going to be enough this time. Driver takes it, and King Africa evens up the round count. And here we go. Final round of Game 2, and the bracket reset of Fight Nights.
My goodness, this is insane. The overhead. The thing I like about King Africa's gameplay is that when they're on the defensive, they're so willing to use FD, the faultless defense, which is going to push Mei backwards out of that optimal range. Burst comes out, not the gold burst. The magical gold bursts are just not happening for Four-Face this time.
Yeah, it feels like they're having to use them a bit more defensively than aggressively than usual. But here we go. To the corner. Big pressure scenario. That one's safe. Oh, these backdashes are so scary too, but Jacko finds an answer this time. Gets the low with the sweep. Big advancing normals. Oh, the pets. Here we go. Oh no, the throw!
What a reverse situation there. Now you're stuck at the corner, do it again. And then you had just built that tension to get the RC. Four-Face Buttons manages to, with some ridiculous throw outplay, put one on the board.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. And they're evening up, and now we're going to effectively a best of 3 now in the bracket reset between these two. These players are quickly getting their connection sorted real quick between the two of them. But this should be an absolutely incredible match, as we're already seeing, as the first one was insane already. This might go 2-3 again.
I caramba. That's all I have to say. I mean, honestly, the gameplay is so high right now. It's electric what these two are able to do. And just like I said earlier, this is the kickoff to the week of fighting games. The biggest week of fighting games that we will have all year. And this is what we get to do to celebrate the kickoff of that. I'm freaking hype.
Yeah, if I were to see Four-Face Buttons or King Africa in my bracket of EVO, I would be absolutely terrified. These two are putting on an absolute clinic for both of their characters, showing some absolutely crazy tech with both of them. I've seen more in crazy Mei aerials in this game than I think I've ever seen across the history of the game so far in this one game. So I'm having a blast so far watching these two play.
I was, during our little break, looking through on StartGG for the EVO signups. Both Four-Face and Column are going to be at EVO. Both of them competing in Guilty Gear, and then some additional games for Four-Face. But I mean, those brackets, first of all, are huge. I believe there's 2.7K Guilty Gear Strive players,
like that.
which is because you were mentioning earlier that there is there were a lot of records set. I mean, Street Fighter, obviously, with over 7,000 people registered for Street Fighter 6, which is unbelievable. Over 2.7 for Guilty Gear Strive. The game that I will be commentating at EVO, Melty Blood, franchise history broken with several hundred players coming in for that. Oh my gosh, it's going to be fantastic. And getting to see these brackets, and you can go right now and look at who's in those brackets, because I believe they're being finalized pretty shortly.
Yes, I believe so as well. You at least scout them out now to get a general sense of them, and they are absolutely stacked. Just to see a general attendance list, the number of players we have here are ridiculous. And one of them I have to mention, Marvel vs. Capcom, also crazy record, and it's going to be at the arena too. That's going to be a showcase. These matches are going to be crazy as well. But looks like we're getting back into it. Both players have readied up. We have one game apiece here between the two of them. Effectively a best of 3 in this grand finals reset. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be scary. I am not sure I don't know what to expect. Expect the unexpected. That's the only thing you can say in fighting games, because no two games will ever be the same. And these two are making so many adjustments that it might as well be just a totally different game.
Yeah, I love that advancing kick into the PRC there to get an opening. That was really fantastic stuff. Again, that kick again, you're seeing those big kicks come in. That's perfect for setting up your typically your servants, but it also helps move Jacko forward. Jacko has so many strong advancing normals. It's really difficult to consistently backdash, and that driver is going to take it with the area shift as well.
I never know if that's going to kill. I'm just waiting and be like, should I submit these clips to will it kill or
some
not?
of them definitely feel that way. We're just like, oh man, this driver does a billion damage sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't do that much at all because of how the scaling happened to work out, right? But here we go.
Right. Okay, the overhead, the low. Oh my goodness. 4-face buttons. I love how May is essentially doing the exact same wall bounce combo that King Africa did to him in the previous round.
Yeah, exactly. Great pressure already, using the hard knockdown to get an aggressive advantage here. And you see King Africa is being swallowed up a little bit. Oh, gets the throw! You just keep seeing these. King Africa has such a mind for these back throws, and once you get them, you are in the Jacko blender. A bit of a clash there, but not enough to get some space. Oh, I love how King Africa ran away with the servant there to bait out any sort of reversal, but not this one! I respect that. I respect that so much. 4-face has not used that across like 7 games now, and it was bound to come up at least once and steal a round, and that's when it did. And that's huge for momentum. They both have bursts now, but Jacko is at half health, and they're sort of feeling each other out one more time.
Yeah, ooh, I like that jump dust coming out from King Africa, because it's a little bit different. However, it's not a servant, and so you're not getting the advantage. Oh, the burst was baited. Long have we waited, and now you are going to die.
Wow, that was ridiculous. And that's all off the back of an incredible reversal coming out of nowhere. And just putting the fear of that into the matchup alone means that for this next game, inherently, as King Africa, you're a little scared of it. You might not go as crazy on those mix-ups, just because what if they actually go for it? There, blocks the gold burst. He finally did not get caught by it. This time, 4-face is now without a burst and without tension as they get thrown into the corner. Would have been nice to have that now.
Yeah,
but,
sure would have. Look at the risk gauge. It's just climbing. Okay, we're getting down now, but that was a very scary situation. Could have been much worse. Sandwich from the servant is out. Ooh, but May fell out. Again, with these dust combos from the RC, King Africa is doing so well with them. And in the corner, he is very, very terrifying with them. PRC comes out, jumps in the air throw.
Now that's going to be it. Fantastic work by King Africa there. Wow. Managed to take the initial lead here in the game 4. Let's see how this goes, though. This is still very, very close between the two players.
It's incredibly close. This is ridiculous. Wow. Okay, yeah, I know Jacko has a lot of lows, but sometimes I'm like, geez, that is super low, and also reaches really far.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, I love the shield there, using it to block the volleyball as it comes in, and allowing her to keep the servant going, but the Totsugeki will push her back to the corner. Oh, PRC, nice, good choice there, but gets a back throw. Oh no, here we go. No burst to save you. King Africa has everything on deck. The empowerment coming in as well. Oh no, look at that health bar. Look at the risk.
Yeah, do it again. You might as well. I mean, you're able to get so much damage out of this. The risk gauge is now in the caution zone. You get hit once, you are absolutely dead.
Way. Oh,
that's all you get. Yeah.
All right, thank goodness. When I saw that aerial Totsugeki come in, I thought they had managed to slip past the defenses, but King Africa managed to take it. And here we go again. Final game. Best of five, best of five. It's come into play twice now. This has been absolutely crazy.
This is truly the distance. We cannot go further. The burst called out again. King Africa is calling out what Fourface was doing so well before. Only 6 this time as opposed to like the 12 you got in the last Fight Nights.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. Big hit. Huge damage lead here, but King Africa makes it getting started here. BRC to get in close. Sets up, plants it. Right to the wall we go with this. Absolutely perfect. But watch out, that's 50 meter. That's 50 meter. Are you going to go for it again?
I dare you.
Go for it again.
Oh no, PRC comes out instead. And then, but a PRC from King Africa is going to come out as well. There are a lot of servants out. You have to be really careful. A lot of blocking coming out from Fourface buttons. Slides out with the Totsugeki, trying to reset into the neutral, but gets caught backdashing. And then the throw again. What's the setup? There's a lot of servants. YRC is going to get rid of them all, but Jacko was ready. King Africa 1 away.
King Africa has, I mean, as a Jacko player, you kind of have to be, has such a presence of mind for each of these YRCs. It makes you feel so scared to even go for them. I feel like King Africa has punished them so consistently, only been set up them 1 or twice. Bomb on the way. Nice. Right to the corner one more time.
Yep, and then now, jeez, look at this. The way that King Africa is playing.
Oh my god, that goal burst!
King Africa got the goal burst! Oh, you know what this means. Servant City. And we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it again, and I guarantee you we're going to do it again. There it is.
There it is.
Look how much damage this is doing because of all of the guard crush and the...
Look at that damage. Look at that damage. Look at... Oh, no, finally got the counter hit. That's going to be it! Oh my god, King Africa setting up with one of Fourface's patented tricks, the gold burst offensively, using the 100 meter to push the offense, and he will take it for PlayStation Tournaments, Fight Nights, Guilty Gear Strive. Wow. Insane.
I mean, what else can you say? Wow. I mean, there's a lot of else that you can say, but honestly, right now, celebrate King Africa's victory with a Jacko over Fourface buttons, who plays this most incredible May with style and ease, but most importantly, with the gold burst.
Yeah, that was absolutely crazy. I don't even have words. These two have played a ton of matches today. They met originally in the upper bracket and managed to face off there with Fourface managing to come out just slightly ahead, but then King Africa brought it back, reset the bracket initially with a 5-game set, and then won it all with another 5-game set. This was crazy. 15 games between these two players, and that's I can't even imagine playing that much against the same opponent in the same tournament. That's crazy.
No, but what we did see was a lot of really great adjustments from King Africa, and honestly, that was really nice to see that neither of them lost that mental stack. There was so much focus. It never felt like victory was out of the other's grasp. They did so well staying in the moment, reading things, and it just came down to reading your opponent's mistake. And they were so small. So small.
Yeah, and let's take a quick look at the bracket so far tonight and see how the match is sort of finished up here. As you just saw, Fourface buttons versus King Africa, but King Africa beat Column to get there from the lower bracket. Column, of course, beat I Sunk, the 16-year-old Bedman player. Column, of course, is the incredible Happy Chaos player who has done incredibly well across the Fight Nights prior to this. And you can see the rest of our players throughout the evening here as well.
It was a really great night all around. We had so much fun getting to showcase all of the talent that we have here for the PlayStation Fight Night Invitational. And it was just spectacular. So congratulations to King Africa, Fourface buttons, and Column, and I Sunk, your top 4 for this today. And I just couldn't be happier to start the week off this way. But that is going to wrap it up for us here tonight for this broadcast. But before we go, a couple of quick things. First, if you want to be involved in any of these tournaments, not just fighting games, but any of the tournaments that PlayStation has to offer, go to compete.playstation.com where you can sign up to compete in any of the games that we have there today, and you can sign up from within your PlayStation console.
Yeah, considering these are free-to-enter tournaments, and they have great prizes, and you can see just how high quality the matches are. You definitely want to come check it out at compete.playstation.com. But another place you can check out as well is, of course, the PlayStation Discord, an absolutely incredible resource to stay on top of the esports events that are be plenty of this week, articles, videos, and of course find other people to play against. If you want some last-minute practice before EVO, be sure to click on the link or scan the QR code there to join the PlayStation Discord. I know there's tons of great stuff there for anyone who wants to get into these games.
Definitely do that, because it's going to be such a great resource, especially like you said, in the week coming up that we have right now. So that is going to wrap it up here, like I said, for us. I am Jadelyn. You can find me across all social medias at Jadelyn Gaming. You'll see me at EVO, so if you're there, please come say hi, because I love meeting people and it makes me super happy. And I will see you guys there and get to share all of the fun EVO action with you. And I have been joined by the one, the only, the Skilled Roy.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. And of course, you can check me out on the same social names, so Twitter, Twitch, etc., The Skilled Roy. It's been an absolute pleasure to cast this tournament, Jadelyn. Anything last for our viewers?
Just go out there, stay safe, stay healthy. You guys are awesome. We will see you next time here at the PlayStation Fight Nights.
PlayStation.
It took me